Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I am Mike.
I am Jay.
Tonight, we weren't planning to do a live stream tonight. We weren't. We were going to get in bed together, cuddle, watch a couple of episodes of Saved by the Bell, maybe some Murder, She Wrote. Who knows how frisky we were feeling. But no, really, we were going to film a Patreon commentary and some other stuff. But all this news came out today. So we were like, let's get together and show everybody our medulla oblongatas.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. What are you cutting? Some paper?
No, it's my notebook that I use for all my lists. I was just double checking that I had the 93 ready to go, and I don't. I thought I was trying to work in advance, and I don't have it.
I did my 93 list. That's not what we're doing tonight, by the way, guys, just so you know. But we're just talking about, but like I did my 93 list already. Like I sat down the other day and made it just for funsies. And wow, that was tougher. That was even tougher than the other ones, dude. It was really hard.
Yeah, well, we're getting into the dangerous territories because when we get to like 96 to 98, it's going to be almost impossible.
Darkwing Duck. I left off some fucking classics, and notice I went king. All right, if anyone's watching this for monetary reasons, I said king. All right, jeez, leave us alone. Yeah, man. I played RoboCop, by the way.
Oh, did you like it?
I finally played it. Yeah, I loved it. It was really cool. I played the first, I only got it downloaded and I played the first level of it. But I really liked it, man. The way that, dude, the shooting mechanics, they're not perfect because like it's kind of hard sometimes. But when you just like I am, but when you focus it, when you do the left trigger and you zoom it in, the way that gun feels, like when it's doing the stuff with the little green squares, is really satisfying.
Yeah, for a AA studio, they're not even AAA. I mean, they made that game on half the budget on something like Ubisoft or EA or something would make a game on, and it like the reason why that game is so awesome is because it's amazing fan service. For one, the music is top tier. Like when you go into the bank,
dude, I love the music.
It was freaking amazing. And then yeah, obviously you've got the OG Alex Murphy, what's his name, that's doing the voice for RoboCop. What's his name? Oh my god, how do I forget the actor's name?
Alex Murphy. Pete Donjaw.
Yeah, Pete Donjaw, originally from Somalia.
Peter Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel was also up for it. No, what was his friggin' name?
I know his name. It's not
Peter Weller. Peter Weller.
Yeah, I knew it was Pete. My buddy Pete.
Yeah, it was great that, I mean, and to be fair, that's pretty much where half their budget went to get him to do an entire game, Peter Weller. And this is essentially RoboCop. This takes place between, I want to say it takes place between the first and the second one. I'm pretty sure it takes place between the first and the second one, not the second and the third one, because the third one's terrible movie. But yeah, dude, a lot of fans got mad. They didn't get mad. They were the only thing that they think that were missing. They thought maybe they'd patch it in is the gun doesn't make the iconic like, you know what I mean? It doesn't make that same like cool sound that it should.
I didn't notice. I was just enjoying
By
it.
the way, the girl that plays Lois, no, what his partner,
Crispin Glover.
Yeah, the girl that does that, she sounds dead on. The Annie friggin' brain is melted.
John Stamos,
not Annie Potts. Anyway, the girl that plays the original partner in RoboCop, the girl that does this in the game, does a really good job. But yeah, the graphics look great. You should try that RoboCop 2 armor on. I played.
Oh yeah, I've even
RoboCop 2 armor.
I haven't even touched around on that yet, but you're right. That was the coolest part. That was the part that awed me, is when you walk into that bank and that music comes on while you start to shoot people for the first time. Yeah. Oh my Lord. I got pissed. I died in the first level. I was like, wait a second, I'm RoboCop. How the heck did I die? You guys really suck at this.
They did a good job too, because you level up. You level up your armor, your weapon, all that stuff. It's all like as you level up, so you can delegate your points. It's a points. It's pretty cool, because otherwise everybody just walk in like a tank. Eventually, toward the late game, you are essentially a tank. So it's amazing. But dude, you got, oh my god, when you get into the later games, you're gonna fight some baddies from. It's a nostalgia flavor cream ice cream for you. It's gonna be good. And then also when you get into the city proper, you start patrolling around, like you go back to the arcade from the RoboCop 2.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. How long is it? Like, how long is the gameplay?
I think if you just did straight main missions, it'd probably be like 20 hours, maybe not even that, maybe 15 hours.
That's a lot for me, so I'm excited about that. That's that's more than I expected. I expected like 3.5.
Well, yeah, it's not like a game. I'm on Final Fantasy 16 right now. I've already pumped like 72 hours into it.
Holy ballsinis! That's crazy.
I'm also doing all the side quests and everything too. So that game has got some of the best voice acting I've ever heard in a game. But see, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that comes out, which I'm very excited, comes out the 29th of this month. Dude, like the file size for this is 150 gigabytes.
That's a lot.
100.
I don't actually know that, but this sounds like a lot.
Okay, just an example. A PlayStation 5 comes with about 800. A standard PlayStation 5 comes with like 850 something gigabytes.
You can't even fit all the Final Fantasy games on that bitch.
I literally just got. I had to make, because I'm poor. I have to pay it in 2 monthly installments. But I got a upgraded hard drive for the PlayStation 5, 2 terabytes.
Oh dang! So yeah, you weren't just gonna delete some shit.
No, I don't do that. I don't want to do that. When I turn my PS5 on, I want to see all my game collection looking at it. And if I want to, I can click on those. But no, dude, it was scary because you have to open. I've never I've messed around with like opening consoles up and see how they work, but I'm not by any stretch of the imagination technical when it comes to taking apart, putting them back together. But you have to open the PS5 up, and then you have to pop up a panel and put the hard drive in it for it to work. And that scared me, but it's actually the simplest thing I've ever seen in my life, dude, because it's just a faceplate. The PS5, it just slides off, and then it's like right there. It looks like a little like a battery compartment. You unscrew that, you pop the hard drive in, you put it back together, and there you go.
Can you stick other things in it?
Yeah, whatever your imagination has in store for it. Sure, if you want to do that, go ahead. Yeah,
maybe like if something breaks inside of it and you needed something really sticky to like get it back together, you could stick something in there repetitively over and over once it was warm, and then eventually maybe a product would come out that would stick things together again.
Yeah, it's called super glue.
Yeah,
you know what is weird is that like I guess the PS5. Well, I didn't know. Like, so I have the Xbox Series X. You could use an external hard drive and play. Like, that's what I have for extra memory. So all that basically is you just plug it in, and then it's like this. It's like this big. It's like like this big. You just plug it in, and then you can put all your games on that, so you can have extra room. This you have to actually put it in internally, which is kind of freaky. But anyway,
that's what I back up all our videos and stuff on. I had to buy like a little. It's like a square. It's like $200. It's like a square, and I just plug it into the computer, and then I put everything on it, and then it's on it, and then I could put it in my closet so that when my house burns down, we lose everything.
Yeah, there you go. That's smart. You know what? It's funny because when I opened that PS5 and I actually installed the hard drive correct, and then I was done, I felt like Matthew Lillard in Hackers. I was like, no, I'm just going to take over the world. Now I can do it. I'm going to hack the government.
I feel that way when I like fix something. Like if I fix like a dishwasher with these hands, I'm like, man, I'm really good at this stuff. And then I'm like, no, I'm not.
I'm gonna call Bob Vila.
All I did was put a dish tablet in it. yeah. I thank God for Google and YouTube, because I would have never been able to fix anything in my entire life. I think we all can fix our own things now. Yeah, and it's nice. We're all men.
But then again, I mean, I'm also easily pleased. Like I can, like, if I change out AAA batteries in something, I'm like, I'm a genius. Like it's ridiculous how smart I am right now. I don't even need a manual.
I can't believe I don't need a
man or a manual. I can change my own smoke alarm.
Yeah, that's fine. It goes beep, and then you know that you did it right. Mm-hmm. That's how you know, because I've done that before.
Or I just smack it and say, if I smell carbon monoxide, I'll know.
Yeah, I don't need it. You're like Commando, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando, when he like turns around when those guys are coming. He's like, I smelled you coming downstream, or whatever the fuck, like downwind. Like, you know not to attack. Everybody knows not to attack downstream. Chicago. All right, let's see what you guys are saying out there. Mr. Big Bows with the W. YouTube, calm down. All right, calm down, mom. Mr. Big Bows says R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
Yeah, I heard about that. I know it sucks, dude. Sylvester Stallone actually gave a really nice, like, emotional tribute to. Well, it wasn't like a tribute, but he talked about it on his YouTube channel. You can tell that Carl Weathers meant a lot, not just to him, but also people that work with him. But he's right. I think Sylvester Stallone said there'd be no Rocky without Apollo, without Carl Weathers' involvement. And I think he's dead on. I mean, even if you really think about it, while Rocky is an amazing movie, and obviously Sylvester Stallone wrote that movie, and he's the face of it, without having an opponent like Apollo played by Carl Weathers, it just doesn't have the same impact that it would. I mean, I don't think any other actor could have pulled that off in the way that Carl Weathers did.
No, he was great, dude. And like he's in so much other stuff that you forget that he was in. Like the fact that he was in Happy Gilmore. You know what I mean? Like you forget that that's Chubbs, that's Apollo. It's the same person. But yeah, dude, he was a great one. Predator, like Sasquatch Gang. Mm-hmm. He was a Sasquatch Gang.
He was a Mandalorian.
Yeah, dude, all-time great, man. That was a huge fucking bummer for sure. Oh, I almost made it 10 minutes. I think that should be good enough. It was just one YouTube. It was just friggin' one. All right.
Holy fucking shit. All right, let's get in this now.
Come on. Woo!
Church is fucking out. Let's do it.
Speaking of dirty things that you shouldn't put in your mouth, Derek said, had the best fries this weekend. Love you guys. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you're at a wing establishment, what you want to do when you're eating the fries is you can dip them in the sauce. I don't know if you guys know that. Did you know that?
I thought best fries was gay sex. I didn't know what he was talking about for a second. Yeah, the best. No. Oh, I see. It's not code. I see.
Yeah, you can if you're at it's actually no, it's not code at all. It's a literal thing. If you're at a wing restaurant, you can dip the fries in the wing sauce, and it's in a condiment. It's a condiment. So not a lot of people know.
Well, yeah, that. I mean I figured that was normal.
No, it's
like
not.
It's
a life hack.
Why would you? Who says you couldn't dip it in the sauce?
Life.
That's stupid life.
Yeah, people just don't. It's a life hack. I'm gonna make a TikTok about it later.
You gotta be able to adapt and overcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Especially if it's spicy. Leave the machine, Bowers, dude. You're too fucking sweet. Hey, he changed his thing. Was that?
Yeah, I like it. You got the is that no? That's not the Curse of Michael Myers shirt. It looked like it though.
Did I just have too many like apple juices last time, or is that new? That's a new picture. Come here. Let me look at you a little bit. Come here. Yeah, he's a handsome guy. It's nice to see your face, Lee. He says, hey, sexy fellas, happy Monday. Did y'all heard the passing of Carl Weathers, RIP Apollo Creed? P.S. Loomis, take some of this money and buy Michael a new pair of underwear.
That money is not even close to the amount of... You don't understand Michael's underwear. It's so nasty, it literally sticks to his asshole, okay? It's part of his skin. It would take at least $10,000 for me to even pry it off. $100 is not going to do anything. Appreciate you, though, okay? $100, it's not going to do it. Not going to do it, but I appreciate you, Lee.
Yeah, maybe at Marshall's you could take $100 and you could just get through like a week's worth of underwear. That's where I get my underwear. Where do you buy your underwear?
I don't know. Someone picks it up for me.
Is that true? You actually don't know where it comes from, do you?
I really don't. It could be Walmart. It could be Costco. It could be Amazon.
I bet it's Costco. I put $20 on Costco.
I just fucking wear them. They're Puma, or I think they're at a fancy kind called Calvin Klein. I was like, oh, somebody really cared about me today.
Dude, I have Puma. I got them at Marshall's, but I have Puma.
I like Puma, but I mean, there is. I mean, I don't really. I mean, unless they're my GI Joe underwear, like I don't really care who buys them.
Do you have like the super thin ones that they're like it's like a Batman suit material, but if you're scalooping, what does he call it? Spelunking.
They're not. Yeah, they're thin, but they're not like. I mean, they're breathable.
Yeah, that's what mine are too. And you guys, the life hack also, other than the fries thing for men in this chat or women who just like to wear them and maybe have penises, don't buy the boxers with a slit in the front. Don't do that anymore. We're past that as a society, because what happens is if you're like me and your fly is perpetually down, I don't know why that happens. Maybe it's because I have such a big problem with my fly falling down. If your thing falls out, if your fly's down, your thing can fall through the flap. And then ipso facto can fall through the zipper, and then you're walking around with your dinghy out. You never know where you're going to be.
Yeah, pretty bad stuff.
It's a life lesson that I'd like to pass on to everyone. And please never say I didn't do anything for you. Thanks so much, Lee. You're the fucking best, dude.
You're crazy. You're a crazy man, Lee, but we love you.
He's a wild one. Brandon Ferguson, thank you, buddy. He says, what's up, guys? Been a minute since I caught a live. Have y'all seen the new TED show? It's hilarious. Also, Jay, have you played the new free Silent Hill game?
I saw it on Play of the State, the trailer for it. I haven't played it yet, though. It looked pretty good, though. As far as the TED TV show, I know everybody was talking about how great it was, but I haven't actually sat down and watched it. So, no, I haven't watched it yet. But the new Silent, I think a lot of people got mad because they were like at first when they showed the Silent Hill game and it was like a free. They're like, what the fuck? And then they showed the remake of Silent Hill 2, which everybody wants to play, which that is coming. So that'll be cool. But I haven't actually sat down and played the new Silent Hill game at all. But I've been playing Final Fantasy 16, so I haven't really had time.
How is it just like a couple levels or something? Is it like a whole game?
I think it's a whole game. I think that they actually did fans a favor. Like, that's pretty cool of them to release it for free.
That's fucking wild. Is this supposed to be the new game and it just came out for free?
It's not. Well, it's a new game, but it's not it's not. I'm sure it's not like a huge, massive, regular Silent Hill game. The big one is Silent Hill 2, the remake, which is obviously it's like gonna be $70, like a normal game.
Oh, okay. All right. I might check that out myself because I fucking love those Silent Hill games, man. Those were the shit. I have not seen the new Ted show, but I want to because actually I had no interest in it at first, but like I keep hearing stuff about it. I've seen a couple clips from it that are pretty fucking funny. So we'll check it out, Brandon. Thanks. It's good to see you again, buddy. Courtney Reed says the most underrated film in the last 10 years. I got one.
So that'd be 2014.
Ooh, maybe I don't. Shit. That's tight. Batman vs Superman. I fucking said it.
Was that 2014?
It was got to be after because I think Man of Steel was 2014, wasn't it? Or maybe it's that wasn't 2011, was it?
I don't know. It's been a minute.
Batman vs Superman was 2016. Yeah, I'm going Batman vs Superman. Suck a dick, world. I don't care. I don't care. I love it and I mean it.
Yeah, BBS was good. I don't think it was underrated. I think it was just divisive. I think people either freaking really loved it or they really hated it.
Oh no, it's underrated. That's why I picked it for my underrated movie.
That like nobody fucking liked at all. Like, and then it was great. I don't know. I can't think of one. I wanted to give you a good answer, Cordy. I just can't think of one.
At least I gave him an answer. Okay.
Well, I could say Man of Steel, but I think Man of Steel was after that or before.
I was going to start say Man of Steel, but I think Man of Steel. What year?
But that's the same thing. Man of Steel was also a divisive movie.
2013. So Man of Steel doesn't count.
Yeah.
That was my first. It was the first thing that popped in my brain. I could give you some overrated ones like the Batman with Robert Pattinson. That was a little
overrated. Your goddamn disgusting fucking trash ass mouth up.
A little bit.
Not really.
Squeeze.
Because you don't understand it's trash, bitch.
I understand that Batman should have muscles. All right. What is not to understand about Batman?
I understand you muscles, pal. With the shirt off. Well, go watch Magic Mike and leave Batman to us.
Magic, at least he would have worked out for the fucking role. How about that?
Yeah, and then fucking grinded Machine Gun Kelly on the fucking dance floor.
Fucking Beard's weird. Straight up. Beard's weird with his dick on someone's beard. Rootin' Tootin' Texas Tootin' says, happy Monday. I cut my damn ear off, shaved my mullet. Sometimes I like to cover myself in Vaseline. That's the dollar store Vaseline, for those of you who don't know. And slither around like a slug, leaving my snail trail everywhere. Oh, God. It's a good time, I'll tell you what.
God damn, Rootin' Tootin'. You sound like that motherfucker out of 7-Eleven that just can't get a job and perpetually high on the meth. Now, God, put the pop away and go back to the oil fields. Shut the fuck up and quit. You're embarrassing yourself here in the public. God, Rootin' Tootin'.
Put your dinghy away.
Why's your dick wet?
Why is it so dark? Why is your dick so small and dark? Andres Martinez. Thanks, buddy. He says, if both of your wieners were trapped, I like the way you spelled wieners, too. Like, wieners. Were trapped in a room in a Saw movie, which one would prevail? Also, tell me you love me and don't be gay about it. I love you. I love you.
All right, I'll tell you.
Is that
Andres.
gay?
No, you're like, Andres, no homo. I love you. Anyway, as far as, I don't know, like which one of us would prevail if our wieners were, or like, you mean like if we were in a room or if our actual wieners were in a Saw trap? Which one of us would have the actual balls to pull our dicks apart to fucking get out of the trap? Is that what you mean? Or I'm just overthinking it?
Well, I'm a grower, not a shower. So I'm going to go with me because I can do like Ant-Man to Giant Man. So like, I feel like I could finagle myself out of that trap.
Oh yeah, that's true. I would have to unfurl my cock and just throw it on the table. And it would just be, it looked like a goddamn plug from Trimmers.
Yeah.
My crab boy would probably be in trouble, to be fair.
Yeah, if you're not a grower, not a shower, I think you might be fucked in that scenario, buddy. I think you might fill the flesh bucket with your meat on this day.
I mean, I'll have enough left over. Don't worry.
I got a little bit of extra on mine, in case anybody's hungry. You guys think Satanic Panic? You guys think Satanic Panic was 1980s version of cancel culture? Also, YouTube leaves on a murder video. But thanks to you guys for saying fuck.
Yeah, did you guys hear about that shit? This dude literally beheaded his father and showed it to the fucking camera, and it was up for a few hours before YouTube removed it. Insanity! You imagine somebody was just like drunk, flipping through whatever, and like the guy had 600 subscribers. What if his subscribers like, oh, a new alert from my favorite weird, and they're like, oh, that's a prop. That's not real. Probably like the guy from Tropic Thunder when he was like, oh, look at this corn syrup. It's not. Holy shit.
Both know there's no film in this camera. That's 600 subscribers. Did he really? Damn,
yeah, 600 or 700 subscribers. Yeah, and he was like,
that's not easy.
No, it's not. No, I'm not knocking his subscribe. Like
I know.
I feel like you have to go and be like, listen, I know he's a murderer. No, I know you are. But he's like, he cut off his dad's head and was like, but it's not a bit. 600 subscribers, pretty big deal. But yeah,
he must have been a pretty good entertainer.
Not bad. No, it really is hard to get to like even 500 subscribers. So kudos to you. But no, yeah, it's crazy. But as far as the Satanic Panic of the 80s and what they felt like Dungeons and Dragons and shit and Kiss, and they were saying those were devil music. I guess in some way it was like that. But then again, there was a cancel culture wave that hit in the 90s when they were trying to get rid of video games because they thought they were too violent. Mortal Kombat, remember, they were at the center of Congress's butthole about what they thought was a bad influence on children. And they said that this was like going to lead to all sorts of, crazy people going to schools and like trying to fuck their teachers up and do fatalities.
Barbara Gore,
I remember that in the early 90s.
Linda Bush. Which lady was it? Gal?
The 89, it was George H.W. So it was the first Bush, that was all, but she wasn't, they weren't the only ones leading the charge. Congress itself was trying to pass, like, they were all about like the Midway, Mortal Kombat, and how disgusting and terrible and degrading this. Tipper Gore.
That was the one.
Yeah.
That's like the famous for the parental advisory thing.
So there's always been like a version of cancel culture, but I think that in today's world, cancel culture is just way more extreme because they can cost you your fucking job. They can go, people getting swatted and their houses are being like, fuck, it's a lot worse. It's like cancel culture today is like a adrenaline times 10 Bane fucking venom coursing through his veins versus what it was back then. But cancel culture in some form or another has always been around.
Yeah. And I would argue that there are two different things. Like internet cancel culture is one thing, but like, I would Satanic Panic. I mean, like if you look at the West Memphis 7 or whatever, or maybe I'm thinking of two different things, but there was a group of kids.
Westboro Baptist Church.
No, but there's
the three kids that I know you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm getting two stories confused there, but like, yeah, there's the kids who just because they would wear like Metallica shirts and shit at school, they were accused of a murder and put in jail for a long time. Like that shit was like on a low down like Arkansas town level. Yeah, that shit was dark. I think it kind of was, but I honestly, dude, you know what makes me think that cancel culture is just not a real thing? Like it doesn't even fucking exist. Like it's not even real. Chris fucking Brown. I saw the other day, Chris Brown is like the only artist in the world that has like whatever number of music sales. Like he broke some worldwide record for how famous he still is. Chris Brown beat the fucking dog shit out of an American like pop star, out of Rihanna. And everyone knows it. And women still buy his album. Well, and they still go see his shows. What?
I think cancel culture is real. I mean, look at people. There's people's careers have been blacklisted. They can't get jobs anymore because either they spoke out against something they didn't believe in or something that they thought was a very innocuous thing they said online, and then their jobs are fucked. I mean, Mel Gibson didn't say anything innocuous, but he said something while he was drunk and an asshole. He's apologized for several fucking times, but he's still blacklisted in Hollywood. So he was canceled by culture because they didn't like what he said. But there's also people that will say on a fundamental level they don't agree. Like it's really sick in today's world anyway, because it doesn't matter what side of the political flop you fall on. If you say something that the whoever's in power doesn't like, you're fucking canceled. That's just the way it is. You won't get a job. They won't hire you. They'll tell other people not to hire you. There you go. It's fucking insane. I think at the end of the day, there is a lot of it that's overblown by the media. And I think that the biggest proponent or the biggest people that propagate this continuous division among people is the media, because it sells fucking papers. It sells, like what's the best thing to do is have division in the country and then feed off it like fucking goddamn chihuahuas. This is what all the media companies do it. They love telling bad stories and putting this side against that side because they can sell papers because everyone loves bad news like Dirty Laundry, Don Henley.
Yeah, my point. I'm not saying that like people haven't been canceled. What I mean is like the fabric of which this whole cancel culture thing is built on is a fucking lie, because Chris Brown's walking around and like someone will want to cancel somebody for like, I don't know, buying paper plates. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen that before. I saw a YouTuber, like one of the guys who buys Blu-rays or something. People try to cancel motherfucker because he took a picture with his mom at the Kroger with paper plates. And they're like, you fucking piece of shit. How dare you do this to the environment? They're like, did you see Chris Brown just almost like, literally beat the shit out of Rihanna? They're like, but I like his music. Oh. They're
going to say, what aboutism? That's all about what aboutism. You can't So like when you went after Drew Barrymore for taking a fucking Instagram picture, I'm not even on Instagram, in the rain, she's racist somehow. What the fuck did you just smoke there, Tim?
That's true. She should not go out in the rain. I think
that's such a racist thing. Only other people that aren't white are allowed to enjoy the rain on their face.
Stellar door.
Stupid.
I don't know what you referred to, but that makes me laugh.
That actually did happen.
I believe you. I do believe you. I got canceled for saying I was happy a Scream character died. Michael Parton said, played Suicide Squad. Good thing we're not big enough to actually be canceled. Michael Parton said, played Suicide Squad. Thought it was decent. The gameplay can be a bit frustrating at times, but the cutscenes were enjoyable. Love playing as Harley.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're having a good time with it, Michael. I've seen nothing but negative come out about that game, and I've seen a couple of the reviews, like as far as like showcasing what it is. It's not a game for me, and it's so funny that this one guy was trying to show comparisons between a game that came out nearly 10 fucking years ago in Arkham Knight and showing the way the city looks like Gotham and the way the graphics are, and then showing it compared to Suicide Squad now. And it does look like Suicide Squad took I don't know. I don't understand how it happened. It looks like Suicide Squad is like an earlier game than Gotham or Arkham Knight. Like it's not. I don't know. I mean, it's like they sacrificed money for. I don't know. We talked about this last live stream. DLC battle pass shit. Pay to win kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm glad you're having a good time with it. But I don't know, man. It doesn't look. It's not for me. The gameplay did look like shit. Or not the gameplay. The gameplay looked like shit. I'm sorry. It just did not look like a fun game.
That's not true. I was over Jay's house the other day and I saw him playing it. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to the lies.
I told you. You fucking tell me when you got those binoculars on, you staring at me from across the road.
This is really awkward, dude. I forgot about the last stream, and
he was across the road getting his dick stuck like a basketball diaries, and he was just like, "Oh, what's Jay doing? This is the only town I can do this in."
Hey, don't knock your neighbor across the street. All right, he's got really soft lips.
I know he's really good,
and he makes good macaroni and cheese. But it's really awkward. I wasn't going to tell you this, but that was my birthday gift to you. Actually, I forgot we talked about it. I bought you the Suicide Squad game.
Did you really?
Here you go.
No, you didn't.
It reminds me of
I would have felt really fucking bad. I'm like, I can't wait to play it, dude.
It would have been like that scene in Old School where Will Ferrell brings him the toaster. He's like, I got you this. It has 2 settings. He's like, hey, yeah, I got you this for your whatever. And he was like, this exact model.
Oh yeah,
he's like, hope you enjoy. He's like, thanks, I love it.
Oh yeah, the repackage. Yeah, I can't remember what they call it. Yeah, I would have been like, yeah, I guess I'll fucking play it. Or I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm so excited. Then I would have found somebody to give it to. Quietly.
Truckin' Inspired says Garth Brooks has been stealing my used socks. Truckin' is obsessed with Garth Brooks. All right, we need to get you a home.
Stop
and some socks to fucking jerk off into, and then you can take them outside and mail them to Garth Brooks.
And he's only stealing your socks because he has a foot fetish and he likes stinky feet.
That was really specific. I don't know where that was. Weird. Don't do that to Garth Brooks.
Truckin'
all right,
he's the one that said he went to high school with us.
No, you didn't.
That's what
you're
said.
A liar. You're a liar. You're a fucking liar. Ash Lockhart said, "What horror film made killing an art? An art." Huh.
Oh yeah, like a highbrow. It's like, I will take you apart piece by piece, but only in the way that I feel is appropriate, and only in the way that I want to show my audience. I would say the one that was the most like highbrow about how they killed, and like they made an art form out of it was I think Pinhead. I think the way that Pinhead like would talk about it and describe what he was going to do, and in the elaborate way in which he killed you, in a lot more of a gruesome way than just like stabbing you in the face or your heart. I'd say Pinhead, because Pinhead always had like a different weird way of doing it, and it was mixed with like sexuality and like that. Like Pinhead, to be fair, if he wasn't like a supernatural serial killer, he'd probably be like a uppity type of like artist, like an art broker in LA. Selling you weird fucking shit, like statues and stuff.
Yeah, I used underwear. I don't know why I just pictured that.
I smelled them. They're so delicious.
that was kind of Hannibal Lecter's right there. I smelled them, Clarice. I would say, what movie is? I'm thinking of a specific movie where the killer is like literally doing a symphony, like blood.
Terrifier.
No, like he's actually doing like there's a symphony playing. There's like classical music playing, and he's like doing the symphony while blood is like splattering everywhere. And I can't fucking think of what it was.
I know, but it sounds like something that'd be out of American Psycho, but it's not.
Yeah, that's where my brain keeps going. And I would say, yeah, I don't really think you say that. I mean, Terrifier is definitely the answer here, I think, because it does make him like what he does with it. He turns that lady's head into a fucking candy.
Terrifier 2, he was a lot more about it.
Yeah, so my immediate answer is honestly Terrifier, but I know there's a better answer than that. It's just May, the movie May, she made art out of her dead people, like she put them together and made like a best friend.
No, actually, you know what? Or you could even say the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. I mean, he literally made a Michelangelo ceiling out of all the bodies that he fucking killed over the years. You know what? Great. You might have to give it to the Creeper. And don't cancel us. Okay, I know the director's a piece of fucking shit. All right, fine. I'm just talking about the particular creation of his.
Yeah, but did he beat up Rihanna?
Yes. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he told him to do it.
Actually, what he did is actually worse.
No, but like, yeah, the Creeper literally made like a Michelangelo painting out of all the bodies.
Yeah, that's true. That was, you're right. You're right. And when you're right, you're always right. You're always right. That's the answer. That's the answer. Colton Candler, although technically that wasn't the killing, that was the after kill. So you're wrong. And when you're wrong, you're wrong.
Well, that's super. Okay, well, then it's Pinhead then.
Terrifier. Art the Clown. Shut up.
Pinhead.
Shut up. Colton, rewatch the Daredevil show. Best MCU show. Hands down. What's y'all's favorite wing sauce? Also, drums or flats?
Yeah. The Daredevil show, 1000%. It was the absolute best MCU show they've ever put out.
You take it over Punisher?
I would. Oh yeah, dude, like I love the Punisher show. I love it. I love what they did with Frank Castle. It actually felt like a real to life adaptation of the Punisher that I wanted to see. But dude, Daredevil season 1, in my opinion, is one of the best shows, hands down. Like it could be a stand. Even if he didn't have a match, well, no, if you didn't know he was Daredevil from the MCU and he was just like a standalone film, it would be great. That hallway scene alone. I mean, the guy that directed that scene had the callbacks to what was that movie? It was on subtitles and we watched it. What was it?
The Raid.
The Raid.
Yeah.
That's obviously like the guy was heavily inspired by The Raid. Such a great orchestrated scene. Yeah, and then obviously Marvel shit the bed and said I don't care, and they canceled off Netflix, and there you go. And now we're stuck with him just being the side character She-Hulk because he goes, I fucked her green tits. That's his cameos. But yeah, as far as favorite wing sauce, I'm not really a wings guy, so that's more of a Mike question. But if I had to pick, I would pick flats. I don't. What was the flats drums with the one that don't have the bone in it, the non-bone one.
That's boneless, Jay. They're the wings, drums, or the flats are both bone in.
Oh well, then I don't like either one. Give me the boneless.
You like the chicken nuggets with sauce?
No, I'd be like, give me the boneless and just a salad. I'm watching my weight and a Zima.
I'm a flats guy. The drums have more meat on them, but I just like the aesthetic of the flats. The best wing sauce all time. I asked me a week ago, I would have definitely said mango habanero from Buffalo Wild Wings, although I can't eat it because here's the thing. It's really hot and it's also really sticky. It's like syrup. So when you eat it, you'll wake up in the middle of the night every single time and you have to take a hot shit. But this is no quick, soft, hot shit. All right. This is a hot shit that it's syrup hot shit. So it like has to crawl through your body like molasses. So you end up sitting 2 hours in the fucking toilet.
Yeah, basically Mike poops out an alien egg is what he's saying. It's like that gooey shit that comes out and then like the face hugger comes out.
Dude, if it actually came out the way it looked when it went in, I wouldn't eat it.
Your butthole looks like an alien egg. You know how it opens up like this and it looks like a starfish?
Jesus fucking
And then that grabber comes out. It's gross.
But now I will say the surge sauce from a place called what's the name of it? The Golden Flame. Dude, I'm telling you, well, you don't like the wings or whatever, but the new place across from Cinemark, Nicholasville Road, fucking best wings I've had. No stuff like this, brand new. Best wings I've ever had.
I haven't been out of my house for a long time. I feel like I'm Brendan Fraser from Blast from the Past. Like I'm gonna be amazed by things when I go and see them.
It's fucking good, dude. You gotta try it.
I learned today that my soul color is blue, which means introverted, which 100% is true. I took a test and everything online. It's definitely accurate.
I don't know how to respond to what you just said.
Well, you know what? When you're bored, you're taking a poop, and it says, "What's your soul color?" And you take a test. And it says your soul color.
I'm not gonna say anything.
It's your soul color blue. I mean, that's your chakra or chakra. I don't know how they fucking say
We're living very different lives. I'm eating wings.
I was taking a shit, and I had nothing to do, and I was like, "Hey, look, a soul test."
Pizzagio. Thanks, Colton. We love you, dude. Pizzagio. Why is that? What is that? Pizzagio.
Pizzagio sounds like a discontinued egg roll from a Chinese restaurant that no one ever bought.
It's either that or
can I get the Pizzagio? Like, oh, nobody ever. No, Pizzagio is more Italian.
It sounds like Bellagio. Like we're going to the Bellagio. Pizzagio. I love you. I'm in love with you. And I'm gonna come over your house. Like I need to say that for the rest of my life. Long time supporter.
It definitely sounds like maybe it's a clothing brand in the 80s that didn't make it.
I'm gonna be really disappointed if you're like, no, it's yo. I'm like Pizzagio just fucking rolls off the tongue like butt sex. In real life and just saying it. For long time supporter, Patreon member, first time super chatter. Thanks, man or woman. You, man. Or you fucking awesome thing. Never stop. Ghostbusters 2016 over the 84 original. Ken Loomis changed my
Something
mind.
smells in here. Oh, it's pussy. That's what I smell.
That's,
Oh, well,
sorry,
let me, Mike, close your legs before you kill everyone here with your mustard gas.
Sorry.
Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you here, Pizzitzio. What I'm going to tell you here, Pizzitzio, is that I'm going to say, would you rather watch a car accident with a couple of babies in it dying? Or would you rather go to the goddamn art museum? Shut up and listen. Or would you rather go to the art museum and appreciate art? Because that's what kind of sick ass you are for a 2016 Ghostbusters over an 84 film. You disgusting rat for saying such things. You're probably a Satanist. You probably put butt plugs in your asshole and worship a temple to Satan in your bedroom with black candles.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not talking about you, mustard gat pussy. Shut your mouth.
Mustard gat pussy.
You writing down things while you're writing down a Christmas wish?
No, I was writing that in my special book of things I'm going to tell God about you.
God already knows. He doesn't need you writing them down like his goddamn assistant. What are you, Ichabod Crane? Shut up. I swear to God, Bujazio, if you're really being serious, I mean, I respect it, but what the fuck are you smoking? I know you're trolling. Don't you dare troll me in this castle here. Like, dude, I swear to, hey, dude, you know what you should do? Go to a Reddit, go to a subreddit, and be like, for real, like, double down on everything. Go to a subreddit for Ghostbusters and say that claim. And then double down on everything that people argue with. They're going to come at you with knives. It's fun.
I believe you 100%. I remember the fight of 2016 very well in my heart and soul. Gary says, calling the new film Beetlejuice is clever. So what's the new...
I know, dude.
What's the third movie going to be? Beetlejuice?
Yeah, well, probably.
You imagine if they got to like fucking Saw levels, like Saw 11. Beetlejuice. Can I have one ticket to Beetlejuice?
I would just say, can I get the Beetlejuice times 3? Well, it is pretty clever, and does it make you think they're going to make a third one because they called it Beetlejuice?
You got to say it 3 times, right?
Yeah, and then you have to say it 3 times.
That's a good point. Fuck. Let's make a scoop post on Twitter right now.
Yeah, we're gonna say it's for real. 100% it's accurate. We work for Collider. Well, here's the thing about Michael Keaton has come out multiple times and said that's his favorite character that he's ever played, and that he would play it until he died. He's very much in love with the character of Beetlejuice as much as Harrison Ford was in love with Indiana Jones. And Harrison Ford played until he was like 90,000 years old. So I would definitely think Michael Keaton would come back for a third movie.
Yeah, that's I do too. And like apparently, I think that movie's gonna.
Is Jenna Ortega? She's the new Lydia, isn't she?
Yeah. And I really think that movie's gonna kick ass. Like apparently they made it like old school. They made it practical effects. I think maybe even they made it with film. I could be wrong about that. Toasted chalupa.
I would love to see the film come back. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with current film, but there was something really special about when it was just filmed on film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And that's funny, Gary. Michael Parton says, "Don't want Rocksteady to make more games."
I don't. Yeah, I think you're. Nobody wants that. I mean, they want it's so weird. Like Rocksteady, they used to be a trusted company, right? Like as far as like if you look at Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight, or Arkham City, the Arkham games, right? And then they come out with this game, and it's so bad that they have to push it back a year to address things that people were just roasting them for. And even when they release it now, people are like, man, this is a downgrade from everything that you've done before. And they've lost so much like public trust. At this point, there's no doubt in my mind that Rocksteady is like, we're never going to do a game like this before. We're going to go back to what made us strong and do something like either another Batman game or we're going to do a Superman game, which by the way, that would be the direction that whoever the guy that's leading Rocksteady should be already focusing on. Let's do a Superman game. There's never been an honest to God.
Hey, you don't know. It could be a fucking girl. Why's it got to be a guy?
Because they can't run companies. I mean, goddamn. What do I got to break it down? Look at Kathleen Kennedy. She's fucking cancer.
What's your soul color right now?
It's getting red because I'm getting pissed. No, I'm kidding. If it's a woman, I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want to call yourself. I don't give a shit what you look in the mirror and you call yourself in the morning. Whatever you is, they probably are thinking that a Superman game might work.
They should definitely do that. I agree.
I swear to God, if somebody ever fucking said that to me, though, if they ever said that to me, and I'm like, hey, they're like, actually, it's she. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't care. Oh, so about generic.
Show me your dick.
Yeah, and then show me that too. I want to see a good show.
DJ Graham, thanks, buddy. He said, I never was a big comic book guy. But one day in my elementary school library, I came across one comic that blew my fucking mind as a kid. Was it
hentai?
I was obsessed, and I'll never forget the day I found Spider-Man meets the Fantastic Four.
That's a good comic. I remember that comic.
You never read it. Shut up.
Yeah, I did. I read a lot of comics, dude.
No, you didn't. I could see it in your eyes.
I know that Spider-Man was a part of their team.
What's on page 7?
Spider-Man swings into Reed Richards' headquarters, the Fantastic Four building, Baxter building.
God
says,
damn it.
Guess what, guys? I need help. And they're like, what's wrong? And he's like, I got this Venom suit shit and it won't come off me. And Reed Richards is like, I'm the smartest man in the world. I'll take care of you. And then there's a great friendship that bloomed between him and Johnny Storm.
You got a really good memory.
No, I don't know. But I know that, look, yes. Again, Fantastic Four is a great franchise, a great property. And like, are we going to see a good one ever come out of Marvel? We'll see.
No, it's going to suck.
I know this is early. I got to go pee really bad though.
Do it.
All right.
Pee in my mouth. I'm going to go ahead and pee early.
Next time. I promise.
I meant to say. Did I say, was that out loud? I don't know what just happened. Dude, I love those. You know what my favorite comic books of all time were? They were all the crossover shits. All right. Wolverine versus the Punisher. Holy fucking 90s blast from the past in my pants. That was great. I spent a lot of time. That's a weird way to put that. I know. I spent a lot of time in horse fields covered in shit. Not like I wasn't covered in shit, but I had to smell shit. My family was into horse stuff. I was not. So I was just like alone with like comic books a lot as a kid. And I had the best time with like a 7-Eleven slushie. And I'll never forget this day, just sitting out in a field that smelled like poop. And I had a 7-Eleven slushie and like some candies and reading through Wolverine versus the Punisher. And I'm pretty sure that knocked my fucking dick in the dirt, man. Like how cool that, again, I don't know why I use that phrase. Something's wrong with my brain, but it was a really cool comic book. And it wasn't actually the Punisher. So it could they could actually like hurt each other and shit because Wolverine regenerates and the Punisher in this was a drone of the Punisher, but he had all the abilities of the Punisher, which is weird because the Punisher doesn't actually have any abilities, but he had the weaponry. And also I guess he had more abilities because he was a cyborg or whatever. Anyway, the fucking point is it felt like you were seeing Wolverine fight the Punisher and it was really fucking badass. I think it was a 4-part series. But the Death of Superman, obviously, have the fucking tattoo. It's my actual favorite comic book of all time. That one was dope. But I love the crossovers. I love Batman and Spawn, Batman and the Ninja Turtles. Those were all great. I loved it when Daredevil teamed up with Deadpool and Spider-Man because Deadpool pissed off everyone so much. As an adult, the only comic book I've ever really read was, other than The Dark Knight Returns and The Watchmen, is I read all the Daredevil like books. Like they have, when they take like a bunch of comics and put them in books. I read like 7 fucking omnibuses or whatever the hell you people call them. And I just fucking had a blasty blast with it. But it's weird because I feel like I'm cheating because now when I read Deadpool, like I read it in Ryan Reynolds' voice. Does anybody else do that? Like, have you ever picked up a Deadpool comic and now it's Ryan Reynolds to you in your mind? It's fucking weird. But yeah, I hear that the Deadpool 3 trailer is coming out. Oh, the Death of Robin was a good one too. But I hear the Daredevil 3 trailer. Fuck my ass with a spoon, Mark. The Deadpool 3 trailer is coming out during the Super Bowl, apparently. So watch out for that. Spread your little cheeks in front of the Christmas television set and get ready for a good time. D. Mitch said Jay kind of looks like a Daniel Cormier from UFC. We'll have to look that up when he gets back. We will, D. Mitch, you son of a bitch. Hey, it's good to see your fucking mouth name. Whatever you want to let me say, put stuff in. Lee the Machine, thanks, buddy. I think I hear Jay like pulling up his pants. Oh, there he is. I hear him pulling up his pants. How was it?
What, my pee?
Yeah, how was it? Did it feel good?
My hat came off.
While you were peeing?
That was that good.
It must have been really strong.
It was strong. Good stream.
All right, we are at 8:37 p.m., which is perfect timing because there's a couple for you right there.
8:37.
Yep. And I'm gonna go pee and tinkle and do other stuff with my butt in the garage. And when I get back, we'll talk some movie news, you pieces of shit.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it. D. Mitch says Jay kind of looks like a white Daniel Cormier from the UFC. I don't know who that is. I don't watch that shit. I actually watch it every once in a while, but I don't know who that is. But I hope he's like all right looking. But if he's not, okay, that's fine. I'll put this hat back on. I need. Holy shit. Put the hat back on. It's all wet from the pee. What? Lee the Machine, thank you, says Jay. What terabyte internal hard drive? It's internal hard drive. You put in your PS5. I put a 4 terabyte in my console. They said they sell the 4 terabytes on Amazon. Thank you, Lee. It was a 2. Let me see. I can tell you exactly what I put in there. Hold on, that's what she said. The hard drive, and I went on. I only got the hard drive from after I watched the YouTube video, and they were like, use this one. It was the Samsung 980 Pro SSD with heatsink. That's the one I used. And it was 2 terabytes. Figured it was big enough. And that's what I convinced myself into bed with her, me and my wife. But anyway, okay, good. All right. Good. We're here. We're here. I'm live with you guys. This is fun. This is fun. But yeah, for real, that when I opened like the PlayStation 5 up and I put that actually fucking scared me. Like it actually did scare me because I was like, I laid it out. Like it was like literally I was creating a shrine. I laid out the PlayStation 5. I put on like gloves, and then I got like, you know, like I wanted to discharge all the static electricity. I was scared of what might happen. And then I went to operation. Okay. I went to procedure, and I was like, I don't need to wash my hands. I know what I'm doing. We got to get in there. But yeah, it was scary as shit. Love you, Michael. Ash Lockhart says, Jay and Mike should play Wolf Among Us. I would place bets on what character Jay and Mike would love the most while playing. Chat knows what I mean. Ash, I have played Wolf Among Us. That is an amazing fucking game. That is an awesome game. I love it. I can't wait for Wolf Among Us 2. It's going to be out this year, hopefully. I think they said spring of 2024. I think it was Q2, so I'm assuming it's spring. But yeah, that's an amazing game. I love Wolf Among Us. I also The Walking Dead from Telltale Studios. Oh my god, with Lee. Oh my shits, dude. What a fucking game. What a game. Amazing game. Great voice acting. Made me cry. Holy shit. And I've played it twice and it still makes me cry. And what pissed me off is The Walking Dead Season 2 from Telltale Games. What they did with the fucking dog, dude. Like, that was not fair. I did not enjoy that. I did not like that. That really set me off on a bad course. I was drinking a lot after that. It scared. I didn't like it. But yeah, I don't know as far as what character Mike would be. But Colton says, Jay, are you a coffee or an energy drink? Yeah, I don't drink any, to be fair. I know it sounds crazy. What the fuck? How much Coke do you snort? I don't drink any. Jerry Ramey, thank you, dude, says, I need this insanity, boys. Had a rough day. Actually pulled out one of my wisdom teeth. How the fuck did you do that? Holy shit. Were you eating all of those? You guys, that sucks, dude, but thank you. I'm glad you're feeling better, and we're gonna make you feel better tonight. I promise you. But do you guys remember those like those chocolate candies, or like they're called Reasons, R-I-E? Is that how you spell it? Reasons or some shit? That shit is like dangerous for your teeth. But is that how you did it? If you put one of those in there, like pulled your teeth out? Oh my god. Zombie Fair 13 says WWD. Oh yeah, Walking Dead is so good. I know, and the game was incredible, dude. The game was so incredible. I played the first 2 seasons, and I did not play the third. I started playing the third, and then I lost interest. But holy shit, dude, incredible. Hey, Action. Curse says, "Sup, J Dog? What do you think about The Rock? Like Alcatraz or the actor?" Well, the Alcatraz thing was shut down years ago, but I think it's a great movie, and I love Sean Connery in that, and Nicolas Cage. They have a great dynamic. But if you're talking about the actual Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, he's all right. I think he's I really did think he was going to be one of those guys that came out when he actually started getting more roles in the acting world, that he was going to be maybe the next Arnold or something like that, and he really just hasn't lived up to that. I don't know what it is, but he's all right. Like, he seems like a good guy. Michael says milk duds do the same. Yeah, dude. Like, listen, all that like hard ass candy and shit. Fuck, you got to watch that stuff. If that's what you're sucking on or chewing on, got to watch it. Blu-ray Addict says, have you ever watched Basic Instinct? Yeah, it was a good movie. It was pretty like I remember it being really well done, enjoying it for what it was, and then obviously the leg spread. Like, oh, that's what a boner feels like. But yeah, it was a good movie. All right. Michael Parton says, R.I.P. Telltale Games. Did they go out a bit? No. Michael, I know what you're talking about. I think there was a did they, because they went out of business and then they came back because there was a lot of question about whether or not Wolf Among Us 2 was even, because they went through studio hell, and whether or not it was even going to be released, and now it's going to be released. They had some issues. I don't know. The Rock would have made a good Terminator. Yeah, I think he would. No, I don't know. The Reacher guy would be a pretty good Terminator, in my opinion. Hey, Real Razor Ramon, I like it. The Bat Guy, okay. Lee, thank you, dude. Says Jay, what's your favorite color? PlayStation got color replacement panels for the PS5 console. I want to get them, man. Mine's just white right now. It's just the standard color that the game or the console is. But I would probably get like I would probably get the generic, like the red, just because it's the I'm not gonna go out and buy another console. But when the Spider-Man 2 game was released, man, I was like, shit, I should have waited and got the super duper holy shit package PlayStation and got the badass paneling and the controller for the Spider-Man. But I'd say red is pretty cool. Red and white, they work pretty well. COD Gamer says my favorite wrestler of all time, Bruce the Barber Beefcake. No, he's all right. My favorite wrestler of all time, and I know I know he's an asshole, and I know people he really wasn't a wrestler, but he always got me pumped when he came in, and when he was in his heyday, he was fucking awesome. I put Ultimate Warrior, dude. I always loved the Ultimate Warrior. Like he had one of the most kick-ass like that was probably what it was like before Monster drink, energy drink, that was pure airwaves Monster. I don't care if you're fucking half out of it and you're oh fuck yeah, dude, it had a badass kick to it, and then he came running down the fucking aisle and he was ready to whoop ass. Yeah, Ultimate Warrior, dude. I loved him.
Did he die?
Mm-hmm.
He did. How did he die?
Heart attack.
Oh,
I guess he just ran too much.
Yeah, that was yeah.
But as far as most influential or the one that in my opinion is the reason for wrestling existing or the continued success, if you didn't have Hulk Hogan and what he did with Hulkamania, I don't think you don't have wrestling in the way that it is now. Not in the respected way that it is now. Of course, you can argue The Rock and Stone Cold and those guys in the Attitude Era, they definitely took it and made it something grand or grander. But without someone like Hulk Hogan and what he did for the sport, generally what he did, literally the Michael Jordan of wrestling. Without that guy, it's not the same.
Yeah, I wish wrestling.
Yeah, and I'm not discrediting, the legends like Ric Flair and those guys like that. But again, Hulk Hogan was he just transcended everything when he came out as the Hulkster, the Hulkamania.
Yeah, dude, I missed that time in wrestling. You hear they brought the Rock back recently. They got the Rock in there now, and he's they're building up a storyline. It's either going to be, from what I understand from just Twitter, I haven't watched, but from what I understand, it's either going to be the Rock versus Roman Reigns, or it's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, and they're trying to decide which storyline to go with. But I think it's going to be the Rock.
I forgot the part where that was my problem. I don't care about any of it anymore.
Rock looks good in there, though.
No, he looks. The Rock is still great. As far as physique, he's great. I mean, he looks good. I mean, he goes to the tanning bed all the time, and to get his. I know he's already a dark skinned guy, but he gets tanner, and then he works out.
Take it easy, buddy.
Yeah, he works. He does 5,000 reps a morning or whatever the fuck he does.
Yeah, eats 7 fish.
Yeah, but you got to. This is what all these wrestling companies do. After they run out of idea and they run dry on storylines, they start reaching back to older wrestlers and they start bringing them. And that's I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day, my favorite time in wrestling history was late '90s with WCW with the Monday Nitro, and they brought back some of those older folk like Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, all those guys. It was just good to see them again because I grew up watching them. And they weren't over the hill yet. You know what I mean? They were in their 40s, which is, I guess over the hill in wrestling. But yeah, even then I was it's kind of sad though, because it's you guys you're creatively bankrupt. You don't have any ideas going forward. You got to have all these old legends help you move along. And if they had helped them move, I think one of the most overlooked part of the WCW days, the Monday Nitro days, was the characters like Ultimo Dragon and Psychosis. And Chris Jericho was back in those days, and Dean Malenko. The High Flyers. I feel like those guys were just overlooked all the time for the big names because they were legends. You know what I mean? But I'm also not dog shitting on the NWO storyline. I just feel like you don't have that anymore. There's not any of these. Where's all the electric athletes that are coming in that everybody's talking about? And maybe it's just the internet. It ruined everything, and kayfabe is over, so it's just not the same. I don't know.
It's definitely a problem, dude. Like they've been doing this for they did with Edge. They've done it with all these guys. They keep bringing the old guys back, and it's fun for a minute, but like it's not great for the future. You know what I mean? Like it'd be like if like on a minute scale, it'd be like if we just kept like doing Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis skits and did nothing new at all. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of like, it's like eventually it's like you gotta move on. You gotta do stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can tap the vein now and again, but eventually you gotta be like, well, I mean, that was a good hit. I like that heroin a lot, but I gotta move on to something else now. Maybe
what's
crack?
the fucking future gonna be?
Like, heroin? I'm gonna take it down and out. Like maybe fentanyl with a crack mix.
Maybe just sprinkle some ecstasy on a joint every once in a while. See what happens. Action likes orange slices. I love orange slices. I think it's a delicious treat.
Yeah, it's also good if you're fainting, from what I hear.
Oh yeah, I have hyperglycemia, or whatever it's called. So the other day I had an attack from it because I ate donuts for breakfast and my blood sugar dropped, and I was at Walmart and I almost passed out, and I fucking heaved down a whole bag of Lifesavers gummies and like 3 fucking Reese cups, and then I ate an Arby's sandwich. It was not good for me, but like I had to have it or I was going to die. I should probably go to a doctor.
Sounds like an episode of Hoarders.
Yeah, I should go to a doctor.
Like, I don't have time to clean my house and eat my Arby's sandwich.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Shit, fuck. Jeremy, I had an abrasion on my gum. There was just enough separation between my gum and tooth. I played with it a little too much.
Oh, fuck,
out
dude.
It came.
Yeah, so Jerry lost a wisdom tooth accidentally. And that's what we were all with the chat and I were asking, like, how the hell do you do that? Like, I thought he was like maybe eating one of those hard candies, you know, like those Reasons, those hard chocolates, and then
there was a preface. Okay, I was
but holy shit, dude, that's you guys. I understand that though. Well, you have something like a bruise on your gum or something. You start like tonguing it and you start fucking with it and playing with it, and then, that would be the worst day ever though. If you're just sitting there, you're like playing around, you're like playing a game or watching a movie, and it goes. You just feel you're like, what the fuck, and then there's your tooth. Okay, good. Awesome.
Yeah, I broke a tooth once eating a BLT. Shit sucked. I had to get it pulled. It
was bacon was really old.
Yeah,
bacon was really old.
Strong bacon. That's how I like it. Gary said, rumor is Willem Dafoe plays a dead actor that becomes a ghost detective. That's going to be funny as fuck. He's hilarious when he makes fun of himself. What movie? I missed this one too, I think.
That's pretty good. I didn't read that one.
Oh, is that from something else? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, is that from maybe Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice. Yeah, he's in Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? The description of what you just said there, Gary, it reminds me of that cop. Remember the detective, like the really weird kind of asshole detective, but was funny in Frighteners? That was like, don't touch me! Like that
Jeffrey
guy.
Combs, yeah.
Yeah, and then he even comes back as a ghost in the end of that movie, and he's like still stalking around the chief. He's like hanging out with the chief. So yeah, if he's like that guy's actually, he was creepy, but he's funny as fuck in the Frighteners.
And Willem Dafoe could do anything. Whatever he does is going to be fucking gold. That guy's underrated. I don't care how much he's loved. He's underrated. DJ Graham, thanks, buddy. He says, Mike, you made me think of something when you mentioned Batman and the Ninja Turtles. Wouldn't it make a little more sense if Spider-Man met the Turtles? They're both in New York. How are they completely unaware of each other? Maybe it's like a DC thing. Like maybe DC was cool enough to go over to Eastman and Lord or whatever. I think they own it or it's under, I don't know. But like maybe I'm sure it's a rights thing or whatever. But yeah, you're right. Spider-Man always teams up well with people, I feel like. I mean, that's hell. Marvel won't even let him have his own movie without having to team up with someone these days.
The reason why they're not aware of each other is fucking Spider-Man's hanging out in goddamn Brooklyn and Queens, and then the Turtles are there taking care of business in Bronx.
Yeah, but Hell's Kitchen, Daredevil's over in Hell's Kitchen. But
they have crossovers all the time. I don't know. Yeah. Well, you know why it happened though, don't you know? Is because Shredder is like a ninjutsu master. By the way, the fight scene between Batman and Shredder is one of the best fucking fight scenes ever.
Some of the animated movie?
Yeah, the animated movie.
Yeah.
It's so goddamn good. That's why they did it, because Batman's all about the martial arts and stuff and like, you know, practicing that craft and then, you know, going against the dark side of himself, because Shredder is not Batman technically, but he is like, as far as ninjutsu level go. That's why they were like, that's because Batman, you know, Spider-Man just showing up is like, hey, you guys want to go hang out at Aunt May's? She can get pizza for us. I mean, they're both all jokey. Like the reason why it works with Batman and Turtles is because the Turtles are jokey and kind of like quirky, and Batman's is serious. Like, we got to take it down.
Yeah.
Come on. And then Spider-Man's the same way as the Turtles, so it really wouldn't.
That's a really good point.
It'd be like another Michelangelo.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like, and that's why Spider-Man works so well with Daredevil and with Deadpool too, because like that's why Deadpool pairs with everyone, because he annoys the fuck out of everybody. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And
so
he wants
like, it's
to fuck Spider-Man in the booty hole. He wants to get the cobwebs cleaned out of that asshole.
Of the adult Spider-Man, all right, calm down everywhere. Like Spider-Man 2099, maybe. Not you know, high school Spider. And while Willie, this is my Super Bowl parlay. Mahomes minus 200 yards, Purdy under 200 yards, McCaffrey anytime touchdown, Chiefs plus 10.5, $350 to win $988. Haven't submitted yet. What do you think, Mike? Wow, dude. It's not, I don't think it's terrible. Like, I don't, because like, I think it's going to be a brouhaha. You know, I don't necessarily think there's going to be a lot of points scored because the Chiefs defense is playing so well. The 49ers defense is really good. It's not the worst thing I've ever fucking heard. McCaffrey scores every goddamn game for sure. He does get injured sometimes. So you got to worry about that. Chiefs plus 10.5 is a good bet. I really want the 49ers to fucking win. I'm worried about it, though. I do not think it's going to be a blowout by any sense. That is not a terrible fucking bet, my friend. It's not. It's ballsy. The negative under 200 yards is really ballsy, especially in a game that could go to overtime because it's going to be so close. It's tough. I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm not going to be the one that tells you not to. I'm not going to tell you to do it. Go with God, my friend. Go with God.
I think it's a terrible bet. You should have bet everything on Scottie Pippen. What are you doing?
Scottie Pippen will be there.
He will win.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. But Wild Willie, by the way, I don't know if you know this tonight, buddy, but tonight we are reviewing your Patreon pick, Pool Hall Junkies, at the end of this video tonight. What a fucking trip that movie.
By the way, Wild Willie, I'm not going to lie, and I'm not trying to be mean, but you look like you could be a Pool Hall Junkies based on your profile pick. 100%.
That's a compliment, in my opinion. Those guys.
No, I would like to hang out with those guys too. I mean, all they played was fucking Saliva soundtracks and anything from the late 90s. I mean, literally, the whole movie, like, I'm not shitting with you. The whole fucking movie, like, every song that would come on, I was like, that sounds familiar. I was like, oh, yeah, I've heard that shit on a Clerks soundtrack.
Yeah.
It was literally
the whole movie felt like Clerks, dude. It's crazy. That's you gotta let me know how that one plays out, Wild Willie. Lee the Machine Bowers, thanks, buddy. Says Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Loomis and Chalice, what's y'all's thoughts?
She's got a goddamn dick. She was once Ray Finkel. She missed a kick, so she decided to go get a dick. Oh no, she had a dick. She missed a kick. She cut it off, and vagina is her boss. That's it. I mean, goddamn, how would you not know? Her goddamn gnarly ass hands. Her hands with, like, there was strong hands that held the ball. Or kick. You know what? I don't want to talk about Finkel Einhorn. You know,
I gotta
big red gum and plunging your face like Ace Ventura did is the way to go.
That's I'm gonna use that for a fan fiction I've been working on. It sounded
Dicks
hot.
with dicks.
Yeah, I love those. Those are my favorite kind.
I know.
To be
I've seen your profile history. I know.
Harder to find than you think, even in today's day and age. But you know, it's the best of both. It's the best of both, in my opinion. When I'm having a couple Boilermakers at the bar, I think that I thought it was hot. You know, I thought it turned me on a little bit. As a doctor, I could definitely tell from an angle when Dan Marino and Ace were taking a look at that situation. I knew what was going on there with the anatomy, and I just wanted to play with all of it, you know, because that's the kind of man I am. I'm a gamer and not a video gamer, unless it's that Resident Evil game with the big chick, the huge chick.
You wanted to play with a joystick. I get it.
Lost a lot of fluids playing that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like that a lot. I'd like her gun to dig into my hip. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Adrian Ybarro, thoughts on WWE Raw / Netflix 10-year deal? Ooh, what's that?
I guess smart. Netflix making a 10-year deal with WWE. Yeah, well, here is what's going on with McMahon. Has that tanked the company as far as like value of it?
I don't think
so. I don't know. I mean, if it's like maybe Netflix is like, yeah, this like WWE has got a lot of controversy going on around it. Maybe we can just step in here and make a decent deal and make that happen for us. I think it's cool. I mean, it's like, dude, I don't know. It just kind of sucks either way because WWE. I'm glad a wrestling show is still on, but I really wish there was something else. Like I wish there was like another, like WCW was still around or something. I don't know. I think it's gonna be fine. I think it'll work. I mean, I don't think it'll have any issues. But here's the thing: is it only going to be on Netflix streaming? Like, is that the only way you're gonna? Because that'll be that'll be shitty for some people.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work, but I do know that it's smart. Like, if they still aired on TV. Which honestly, I don't know. Do they really need to? Like, nobody fucking watches TV anymore. Like, right? So
that's true.
The Netflix thing could be the fucking thing that blows wrestling back up. Because if you could watch it on demand anytime throughout the week, like it airs on Monday, and then you have the whole week to watch it before the next episode comes out, I think they're going to get a lot of fucking viewers out of that, man. That could be goddamn genius. That could change the whole game. Good.
Yeah.
I believe in it.
Yeah. Depends on what Netflix wants to do with it. I mean, I guess it's just going to be like a streaming service. Like you have to have Netflix to watch WWE. It's smart business wise because like Raw knows that there's a fuck ton of Netflix users and Netflix is looking for anything to bolster their shows up.
Yeah, and that could be so smart, man. And Netflix is like, they basically won the streaming wars. So like, if you're gonna get on there, that's the thing to do.
They
But
won the
Netflix is
streaming awards. Who the fuck was the judge?
Wars.
Nah, HBO Max is no, they haven't won yet. They're gonna.
I mean, like HBO Max has been fucking up though. They've been taking off a bunch of their movies and shit. Like I like HBO Max better, but let's be honest. If something comes to Netflix, it has a way more chance of becoming an event that spans the world, that goes viral. Like that's just the way it is.
I used to think that. Amazon Prime is also doing really well too.
They are. I just think Netflix has that viral compound, that viral component more than any of the other ones do.
For me, I don't care who wins as long as there's less streaming services. Less is more, Chip.
I'm into that. Conglomerate them bitches together. I'm tired of. I gotta look at mine, dude. By the way, I'm unsubscribed to shit I haven't watched in fucking months. It's crazy.
I watched. Well, Pool Hall Junkies was like it's free with ads on Amazon, but it was like, oh, you can sign up for Stars. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, I know what Stars is, but I thought Stars was already a part of another streaming service.
Yeah.
I was like, those cocksuckers thought they were going to make their own band too. God damn. Like, everybody's trying to make their own band.
Oh, yeah. Stars been out there for a minute with that shit.
I didn't know that.
Mr. Big Bows says, toilet broke, man. I got flushed as I go.
Yeah, dude. You look like that's the face, like your profile pic. Is that how you look when you said that? Toilet broke, man. I gotta go flush it as I go.
I've been good at that.
You look like an alcoholic Mario brother.
I have he's the one that didn't get like in the band.
He missed the turn. Not Waluigi or the bad guy version of Mario. That's who you are.
He's the one that couldn't cut it.
Waluigi, I think.
I do think I have a broken toilet. It's not a broken toilet, but it flushes poorly. Like it always takes like 75% of what's in the toilet.
I know.
And it leaves the rest. It's awful. Yeah, it's terrible.
Right before Scarefest, dude, I actually dropped a couple of deuces and I flushed it. And I thought I flushed it. I thought I flushed it normally. And then I was in the kitchen and I was sipping on a beer. And my wife came in there and she's like, and then she's like, I had to flush your turds. I'm like, what? Not mine. And she's like, she's like, it's fine. Like, you didn't mean. I was like, you didn't flush. I got very defensive because I leave my shit clean. And she's like, no, it's fine. It was a couple little turds floating up at the top. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I got mad. We almost had a fight before we went to Scarefest. It was like, I didn't leave my turds floating.
Yeah, we had a couple people stay the night this weekend, and it was a conversation piece for sure. It was like, maybe you don't poop in that bathroom, maybe not that bathroom.
Yeah, I was like, next time I'll just go shit outside. How about that? I'll cover it with dirt.
Gary said, I think Shredder and the Foot Clan has a crossover with Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins.
Do they actually, or is that like what you're hoping? Because that sounds great. I mean, I don't know.
It makes sense. It fits in the
like. Does it? Yeah, Ra's al Ghul would like
Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, Rajon Rondo would be the assist king, and he would say, "My daughter belongs to you, Shredder," because that's why Ra's al Ghul always wanted Talia al Ghul to get with Bruce because he thought like Bruce would be able to take over the League of Shadows and fuck shit up. But actually, if he met Shredder and he's like the Giga Chad, like I don't give a fuck about Gotham, I don't care about people, I'll just fucking do what I gotta do, and I know ninjutsu. Then Ra's al Ghul would be like, Talia, get on that Shredder dick.
Splinter versus Ra's al Ghul is a fight I would like to see at the All Valley tournament. You know what I'm saying? Like I would watch that shit.
Yeah, we'll have to work. Cobra Kai's coming in hot. We'll have to see what happens.
Suffering and injustice. That shit.
Well, when you lose, or when you die, you will die without honor. I will finish what I begun with your ear.
Snake Raider Pliskin, thanks, buddy. That's a badass icon. We've seen it before. We know it. We love it. We want to fuck it. Good man. Thank you, buddy. Lee the Machine, thanks again, dude. What's y'all's thoughts on Brock Lesnar getting removed from WWE along with Vince McMahon altogether? Yeah, that's like a conspiracy, right?
I don't know anything about what's happening with Brock Lesnar. I know not most, but I know the general idea of what's happening with Vince McMahon. No idea. I have no idea with Brock Lesnar. I was never a big Brock Lesnar fan anyway. I mean, I understand why people liked him. He was very he had a lot of presence when he was in the WWE, and I understand why he had a following. But personally, I have no idea why he would be removed with Vince McMahon unless they're trying to allege that he had something to do with what McMahon was doing, which I don't know.
I've heard the alleged rumor, and again, I don't follow, I don't know, so I could be speaking way out of pocket right here. But I think some people online were hinting at the conspiracy theory that the reason that's happening is because Brock Lesnar was the person that he gave that person to, as far as the It rhymes with Mex Havocing.
Well, again, you know, and like, listen,
Tex-Mex.
everything. I'm not a Vince dick writer, but everybody deserves their day in court. We don't know what's going to happen at the end. If this is all true and this all comes out to be like, there's no doubt that Vince McMahon needs to rot in prison. But I don't know. I don't know.
At the very least, you should have to shave that mustache.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, he looks like a fat amusement park owner. That would be
like
House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah,
yeah. He looks like that guy. He looks like the guy in House on Haunted Hill that like I'm goddamn something Price. What was his name in the movie?
Vincent Price.
No, it wasn't Vincent Price. It was like a play on Vincent Price because he was supposed to be Vincent Price. Something Price, but yeah, that's who he reminds me of. But that's a terrible look. Terrible look.
The whole thing is
like if you're trying to say you're not a Blex Frackiker, like having a mustache like that is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, it's not a good look, buddy. You look like rapist Zorro.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's like, don't be fucking like going and driving an ice cream truck with a mustache like that.
Hey, let me pick up your kids, take them to Waffle House. It'll be fine.
You guys like a snow cone?
I got the Ninja Turtles, the ones with the bubblegum eyes. Adrian Ybarra said, y'all think Old Man Leatherface will return, or will there be a return to the 70s for an original story? As long as it's not cringy forced, I'm watching. That brings us to the news that we promised. All right, Adrian, thank you for introducing us. That we will now talk about it. I'll bring up this for you right here. Hang on, I'm slow, both in life and
that's a good
right
question.
Now.
That is a really good question. Great question.
It is. So here is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie news. All right. Now I saw this. There's a guy named Daniel Rickman. All right. And he is a scooper, but normally like any of the scooper stuff, it's like, all right, whatever. This guy is pretty legit though. He literally has a Patreon where he gives his scoops out on there, write about a lot of stuff. But even then, you know,
hold on. Do you think that John Squire's hair really looks like that in real life?
I've seen a picture of it before. And it's not that far off. It's impressive.
That's great. Good for you.
It's fucking impressive.
You got that Egon fucking I got shocked with electricity.
Yeah.
I just discovered electricity look.
It's a great piece of animation that he's got going there for sure. Nice guy. Nice dude. But like dude, when this story came out, it was kind of like it was one of those things. Yes, it came from a scooper, right? But this is a really good scooper. It's one of the really good ones. And not just that, but Bloody Disgusting comes out with this article. And what they say about it in this article is that while we can't confirm the synopsis that I'm about to read to you guys, we can confirm that we have also heard that the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre is in development. So what I'm about to read to you guys is not official. It's not for sure news. You take it as a rumor or whatever. It's a rumor with a little bit more spice than usual than you hear from all these channels or whatever.
Looks like Courtney. Looks like Courtney Love showing up at Dave Grohl's house.
The picture. You got any mashed potatoes? I hate fucking mashed potatoes. But so allegedly. And all Dana Rickman said was, there's a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie coming out, and this is the plot synopsis. As far as whether it actually follows what was promised in 2022, at the end of that movie, you guys remember they showed Leatherface walking up to his old digs, the old Texas Chainsaw Massacre house, promising that was going to be the next movie. We don't know whether or not this is going to follow that story, if this is going to be a new story, an original reboot. He said in his comment section when he released this story, he doesn't know. All he knows is this is the synopsis, which I'm about to read to you now. And it reads like the fucking Monopoly guy from Ace Ventura wrote it. All right.
Thanks for free parking.
Yeah. Put your seatbelts on, folks. The film is set to explore the seemingly peaceful facade of Oasis Oaks, a gated community in rural Texas. With the manicured lawns and vigilant security, a protagonist family enjoying suburban bliss becomes entangled in a harrowing battle for survival as they confront the infamous Leatherface and his macabre kin on an abandoned property nearby. That's allegedly what the fucking plot synopsis is.
He didn't say it like that. I don't believe you. I actually would rather watch that in a theater. Like that's a lie.
I mean, when you read, that's how it reads. It's so fancy sounding.
Well, it doesn't sound like they're picking up from the end of the one that they just did. It sounds like a completely different movie.
Upon the first time I read it, I thought the exact same thing. But here's why I think it still could be. Number one, it mentions specifically in here that where'd it go? I'm trying to find it. It's going to confront the infamous Leatherface and his macabre kin. So it does mention in here that Leatherface's family is going to be back and involved.
They were dead, and they were dead in the Netflix one.
Right. It's all fucked up. It's all tied in a weird way, but we did see him going back to the house. So that could tie it to it a little bit there.
Out?
Oh, no, I don't know. I don't know what macabre kin we're talking about. So it doesn't have to be the ones from previous. But also, the reason I think it could actually tie in, dude, is because the way this is written, the way it says, because remember in the first movie, right? Everybody got so pissed off because they were like, I hate that woke shit. But the movie was actually going against 2022.
Oh, no, I never got the wokeness of it.
No, that's my point. Like everybody thought based on some stuff that was coming out from the test screenings, people who didn't understand the movie, oh, this is a woke movie because of how the protagonists in the movie were. And
they got eviscerated.
That's my point. Like everybody was confused about that. And it was like, no, this movie's actually like, it's saying something negative about like social justice warriors and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's a negative connotation on them. So when you read this and they're talking, and the way it's talking about these people enjoying their suburban bliss, and they are the protagonists of the movie, it kind of seems in the same vein as what they did with David Blue Garcia, the director of the last one, and Fede Alvarez, who produced it. It kind of seems in my mind like the same thing, like these people enjoying their nice manicured lawns and their fancy suburban houses have to deal now with crusty old Leatherface and his buddies. To me, it kind of seems like they're trying to do the same thing. So it kind of ties in together in my mind, you know?
Well,
that's just the way I read it.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, I don't know. It just sounds like a different movie altogether. Like, and the reason why I'm saying that is at the end of that movie in 2022, which I think was great, by the way. And I'm also, I'm always against that woke shit. I didn't even see any wokeness in it.
No, it was if anything,
yeah,
it was
yeah, like I don't get that. But anyway, at the end of the movie, when he's walking towards the old house, I figured it was just like an artistic nod to the movies, like not really any kind of regard of like a sequel to it in any respect. Just kind of like, oh, he's going back home. And for some reason, that fucker hadn't been repossessed by the bank. But yeah, as far as could they bridge this synopsis onto the end of that movie? Yeah, I guess. Like maybe he ran out of sugar and he's got to go down the street and ask them.
Or like, what if behind the house they're building a suburban area and they're going to gentrify the area? Kind of the same storyline from 2022.
Well, it could be. But I don't know, man. I gotta feel like maybe they're gonna go with their own thing. Is this a different production company that's working on it?
As far as I know, what's the name of the company? It actually says it in this article here. As far as I know, what's the name of it? I'm trying to find it. The same company, I think it's Legendary. Yeah, it's Legendary Pictures.
The Legendary is coming. Yeah.
As far as I know, it's them doing it, but we don't know. There's no word on whether Fede Alvarez is going to be producing it or if David Blue Garcia is going to be directing it. But David Blue Garcia, after he directed the first one, said he was like, I have so many ideas for the next movie and I want to do it. So I don't know why they would go away from it.
No, I don't know. I'm saying, like, I think, you know, if listen, I thought the 2022 film was good. I actually watched it 2 times in a row. I thought the soundtrack was incredible. I thought Leatherface was awesome. I enjoyed most of the characters except for that bullshit that lady they dug up from the past that tried to be like the new Jamie Lee Curtis. It was fucking
Sally Hardesty was terrible.
Oh my god, that was terrible. That's like, holy shit, who put fucking mayonnaise on my goddamn sandwich? Because I mean, you got to be in the mood for mayonnaise. Personally, I don't like mayonnaise on everything, but yeah. So but would I want them to go? Like, I don't know. Is it time just to remake the fucking franchise? Maybe.
Oh, I just feel like they've done that so with the.
They have it, but they never followed through with it. But like the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre was amazing. They already had the story right there. They could have played off of that. So how long has it been? Like that's 21 years, right?
Yeah. It's just that the timeline's so confusing. Like they were so all.
Well, I mean, I know that's what I'm saying. Like you just like let's all flush that shit down the toilet and like start again. But then again, if they want to play around like with these time jumps and these different stories that take place in the universe, that's fine too. But I mean, I'm just saying, like I don't think that's a great idea because it's like people can't get invested in the way that they can get invested in like something like I mean, even in my example, like a Scream. I feel like a Scream series, like everybody we know the history and it all goes back to the first, even though I'm not a fan of that, but I understand why people are invested in it. Even Friday the 13th, for the most part, even though their legal woes is going to cause some issues. Nightmare on Elm Street's the same way. But if you do this with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where there's like multiple stories, multiverse type of stories, it was like these are all independent films. They take place in their own timeline.
You're saying if they don't follow up 2022 and do something new?
I think that's what they're going to do. I feel like, but I personally, I feel like it's not sustainable. Will I watch it? Yeah, but I feel like maybe they should do a sequel.
Yeah, I want my personal draw, and I just put this up as a poll, whether you guys would rather have something new or you'd rather have a sequel to 2022. My personal druthers would be fucking, I would love to see them follow up 2022. I'd love to see the same Leatherface come back. I'd love to see the same director come back. You clean up a couple things in that movie, most specifically the very clear studio interference. In my opinion, it seemed like studio interference based on the success of Halloween 2018 to force Sally Hardesty in there. I think that those people understand Texas Chainsaw Massacre, an hour and 25-minute movie with brutal fucking kills and entertaining scenes and good cinematography is all you fucking need. And I would love to see them follow up that story. So my personal hope is that we see Leatherface walk up to his old house. Maybe he goes in, eats some fucking beanie weenies. I don't know. Maybe realizes everybody's dead.
Vienna
maybe reconnects. Maybe he learns how to use familyfinder.com or whatever and like finds some family. I don't know how, but I would love to see. What I love about this idea, if it's true, is Leatherface in this supreme suburban gated community and just go in with his nastiness and grossness and skid marks and everything else and just completely fuck this situation up. And that really sounds a lot to me like what he did to this group of people moving into this town that we saw in 2022. I think it could be the same type of thing over again.
Yeah. Well, it's also, I mean, the one thing that gets me is when he says he goes back to his family. So I know that they could say, well, maybe they're there and they're in skeletons. I feel like the synopsis is saying that it's a different story.
Well, the exact wording is sorry, hang on. The exact wording is a protagonist family enjoying suburban bliss becomes entangled in a harrowing battle for survival as they confront the infamous Leatherface and his macabre kin.
That's what I'm saying. So his family is alive. In the 2022, all his family was dead. That's why he was adopted. He was adopted, and that was where he was coming from. So I just feel like I feel like Texas 2022 was more of an Old Man Logan type of Leatherface. Yeah. And maybe they're trying to go back to where he was more young and visceral, like younger Leatherface. But he's still like full on Leatherface, but it's not like he's like an old man. Like it's like, you killed my mama and stole her grits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, I do like the idea. It kind of like there's a grossness factor to it because it's like this perfect idyllic life that you feel like nothing bad can ever touch it. And then this invasion of the disgusting side of humanity corrupts everything. Like I like that idea, but I feel like this is going to be not a sequel.
And it also, I mean, it also sounds to me like when they literally call the suburbanites, for lack of a better word, like they call the suburbanites the protagonist of the film. So to me, it sounds like this is going to be a damnation of those people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I just feel like it's a separate story. I don't know. And it's fine. I don't care. But I feel like what the Texas people have got to do is they got to figure out what they want to do. Are you going to tell different stories taking place in different timelines, which is fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it works in some regard. Or do you want to make a franchise based on like, okay, so here we're going to start it here, and then we're going to reference that movie later on, and then we're going to have a third, and then that goes back to that, like create like either a trilogy or a quadrilogy or something. Or are you just like, yeah, you know what? Leatherface is like iconic. We could just tell all, that's kind of ballsy, and I like it because you could do the same thing with like, that's what we talk about, like Pinhead. Like Hellraiser, I don't think you need to make sequel. I think you can make separate Hellraiser. Like Hellraiser is the perfect example of making separate movies that exist in different timelines because there's so many different stories to tell. That's why Pinhead and Hellraiser would work on HBO as a series like Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, I think, and the chat's making a good point. Like this Leatherface is like 65 years old, right? Like he's way older. So like, how long can you keep that going?
Yeah, he's
so
not supernatural. There's no supernatural argument to be made.
Yeah, but I also think that like it makes so much sense to me to go back to the 2022 movie because in that article in Buddy Disgusting mentions it. The numbers only go for a couple weeks after it's released, but for those first couple weeks, it's the #3 most watched Netflix film of all fucking time.
They just know that they know that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is still popular. They
Maybe
not just that movie, but the name. It
did get terrible reviews, I think, from like critics and shit like that. And there is the detractors of it. But more and more, I find people just going, "Hey, that was a fucking movie." And that's what I want with these movies. Like again, short hour 20, hour 30 minutes, make it fun, make the music badass, make the kills great, make the cinematography cool. I think if if Fede Alvarez is going to be involved in producing this along with Legendary, there's a rumor that the Alien Romulus movie, which Fede Alvarez is directing, the trailer is gonna come out during the Super Bowl next week.
I thought you were gonna say there's a rumor that they both coexist in the same universe, and that Leatherface finds an egg.
Dude, you imagine Leatherface in fucking space like with the alien?
No, like he just eats it and it doesn't burst through his stomach, but it transforms him.
That'd be the coolest, shittiest fucking movie of all time. Like Leatherface just like in the egg, like.
No, I was like, if Leatherface ate the egg, but he didn't die because the chest burster died in his stomach, but it gave him the powers of the alien, and that's why he's like seen supernatural because he can like take bullets.
Honestly, like if you write it, I'll fucking produce it. Like I'm in.
That's gonna be the next Michael Myers Halloween movie. That's how he's supernatural. He has acid blood.
Yeah, I'm totally into that shit. But I think that I think what's gonna happen is. This happens all the time when a director or producer or whatever is on a press tour for one movie, people will ask them and they'll talk about another movie because that'll garner attention for their current movie they're promoting. So I think there's a good chance with the Alien Romulus trailer maybe coming out during the Super Bowl. And also, even if it doesn't, it's going to come out somewhat soon after that. I think once Fede Alvarez is on the press tour for Alien Romulus, it'll come out. It'll be announced officially if he's involved with it again. But if maybe you're right and maybe it has nothing to do with that, then maybe it won't be. But I don't know. I'm excited about it though. It's time.
Listen, any of the iconic slashers getting another movie is always great. And I think that Netflix did do a good job with 2022. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think it was a good movie. It was enjoyable. And again, it was I had never done this before I've done this before with other movies, but not a horror movie where I watched it and then I literally watched it right after I was done because the first time I watched it, it was all about like just being the shock and awe, like it's so good and I wanted to see everything. And then the second time I watched it, it was like really paying attention to like little things they were doing in the movie, which I really appreciated. And the soundtrack was also what?
No, I was thinking. I saw this from Next Gen. Actually, I think Chainsaw Kills is a really cool title. Now I say it. They should just own the fact that they tried to copy 2018 and just call it Chainsaw Kills. But honestly, didn't that movie feel like Chainsaw Kills? Like, we're actually going to give you a fucking massacre and a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It felt like them trying to tell a great story within the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, which hadn't been done, in my opinion, since 2003.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There were other ones that came out that were decent, but not any type of real attempt at the free throw line was done, in my opinion, until 2022. Because it actually felt like those guys were fans and they actually wanted to make something really special for fans.
Yeah, that is one thing I do have against a possible reboot of and I get what you're saying, I really do, but the possible reboot against a Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise is that the 2003 film did that so fucking well, you know?
Okay, then fine. You don't have to reboot it, just go off of 2003.
Or just follow up. The old thing is the problem with 2022, following that up.
No, all you gotta do is go back in time. Just go back in time and say it takes place in 2005.
I get what you're saying, but there's different rights. It's Platinum Dunes. You got to go back and get all those rights and set all that shit up. You know what would fucking fascinate me, dude, is if I know that he's 65 years old. I understand that. This Leatherface is, I don't know, that's not confirmed, but he's old, right? Yeah. I understand that. But how fucking fascinating would it be? Why do we have to do years in between? What you could do 6 fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequels that could all take place in the span of a month. You know, he moves on, he walks to the house. There's a fucking suburban neighborhood over here. He walks in and he's like, Rambo, hey, I just want a fucking Wendy's burger. They attack him. They think he's a piece of shit. So he starts murdering. Okay, that's a whole movie, takes place in 1-2 days tops, just like this one did. You could do several movies based on one storyline. And what would be awesome is that the sequels, as they unfolded, more and more police come. Okay, so the police are getting called now. Leatherface is dealing with that. The SWAT teams are getting called now. He's dealing with that. Maybe he snuck away. He's moving. Maybe his family members are helping him sneak away. You could actually do a Jason Goes to Hell type of scenario where we actually see a real life law enforcement response to a slasher movie for the first fucking time. Now I feel like I'm on cocaine, but it's feeling fucking good, dude. And I like it.
You sound like Jack Black. I got these ideas, man. I got these fucking ideas. I just want to sell t-shirts. I just want to sell t-shirts.
Smiley face and t-shirt.
Well, listen, I think the problem with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie or the movies in general is that Tobe Hooper and the ones that did the original one, they probably, and I know that you can even make the argument for Wes Craven with Nightmare on Elm Street. They didn't think that there was ever there was never going to be any type of opportunity to make sequels to these because that was one standalone film, because these are not the Texas folk are not supernatural. They're not like demons from hell. They're not, whatever. They're just fucked up people that live in Texas and fucking the wall. Get the wall, man. You know what I mean? And that's all they are. They're weirdos that live out in the boonies, and they have this moment, and that's it. So I feel like it's hard. Like, and again, you mentioned he's 65 fucking years old. 65 million years ago, there was Jurassic Park. But no, I mean, it's like it's too old. Like, I mean, at some point you gotta be like, you can't age him up and expect no one's gonna buy that shit. Like, I bought it
in this last one.
No, I liked it, but I was like, at the same time, I was like, he's 65 fucking years old. I mean, and he looks like he eats donuts like 100 times a day, and he has pizza, like, and he doesn't give a shit. Like, he's not Michael. You can't play that game.
But we're talking about a 2-week period. Like, if you could do 5 movies over a 2-week period. You really could. I mean, in that case,
I feel like it is what it is. Like, you guys, listen, I as long as there's another Texas, like, I like the idea that there's another Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie coming out. They haven't given on the franchise. They know it makes money still. I would at this point, I'd rather either reboot the whole fucking thing and you go work from there, or just do separate stories.
So you want them to abandon the end of 2022 and leave
if they're not, actually I actually do, because at 65 years old, it gets kind of stupid. Like, he's going to be like 67 or 68 years old, even if you put it in the same night. Like, he got shot, he got fucked up, he's probably dying at this point.
I want to see. And here's the thing though, like, when I watched that movie, I didn't one time think, oh, he's an old man doing this. I was just watching Leatherface do work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I know he's not supernatural in the back of my mind. I know Leatherface is not supernatural.
No. And he doesn't have to be when he's facing a bunch of teenagers with a chainsaw.
Well, he got shot and he got fucking he got fucked up, and you're gonna bleed out.
Yeah. Maybe you do the Halloween Kills. You have him go in a bathroom and fucking fix himself. It's kind of silly. I don't know. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I asked the chat, I asked you guys about it. What do you guys think? Hang on, let me click over here and see. As far as it's tight. It's tight like a toiga. Would you rather see the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre film follow 2022 or something new? And 53% of the audience says something new. 47% say sequel to 2022. Both those themes rhyme, and I want to fuck you. Yeah,
I feel like the chat's right though. I mean, I feel like that's where
I disagree.
A lot of TCM fans are coming from. They want like because they said it so far in the future. Again, and I know someone's like, Jason ageist. You shut the fuck up.
You are an ageist. You hate old people. I've seen it.
You know what?
Fucking Conor McGregor asshole. He beat up an old man in a bar once.
You shouldn't have been looking at me like that. But no, yeah, listen, at 65 years old, you really just put yourself in a corner. He's a human being. Again, yes, he's a durable human being. He's crazy, and he's been raised on fucking like raccoon pelts and goddamn asses, like actual human asses all of his life. But either way, he's human. At 65 years old, nature's gonna take its course at some point. You got fucking shot. You got brutalized. Yes, you made it out alive, but you are in the process.
Some girls
of
like
fucking
that.
dying. Yeah, but as far as like something new, again, just put it. I don't even like that would be cool though to see what his family and him somehow invading this idyllic life in the suburbs and just corrupting it and disgusting it up.
I will say I don't like the fact that they mentioned the family, like, because I feel like part of the reason 2022 was so good, and honestly, like, that's why I agree with the minority on this one, that I would rather see a 2022 follow-up, because I would just love to see that cinematography, that world continue, even if it's just for 1-2 movies tops. I would like to see that because I enjoyed it so fucking much, and it feels like they had the right idea of what Leatherface should be, and I want to see that continue. But also, I feel like some of the sequels with Leatherface, like, he was always the most interesting thing to me. Like, I could give a fuck about Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I thought that movie was stupid and fucking annoying. Like, I know people like it, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 fucking sucked in my opinion. It was annoying as shit. Dennis Hopper was the only good, and Caroline Williams were the only good things about that movie, in my opinion. But I'll say the family annoys me, dude. I want to see fucking Leatherface. I gotta change my battery, and I'm gonna pee. I'll be right fucking back. We're at 9:07 p.m. By the way, I gotta change the battery real quick. 9:07.
Okay. Don't you ever try to go on a fucking raid like that, and then they just throw in, I gotta go pee. I was gonna go pee first. But he said 9:07. Okay, so I'm assuming it's Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan Heredo. Thank you, dude. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but I appreciate it. Mary fuck kill. So I'm gonna give my answer, and then I'll tell Mike about the 907 super chat so he can ask. Ghost, Marine Prescott, Mrs. Voorhees or Miss Voorhees, and Pearl, the H. Oh, god damn. Fucking faggy ass tits. Love you guys. You make my days you make my days infinitely better. I'm sorry. Okay. So you got to marry, fuck, kill one of them. All right. I'm killing Mrs. Like Miss Voorhees. You're talking about like, are you talking about just the head? Or like, is she still like walking around? Okay, but I'm just going to assume you're talking about just the head. I'm killing that shit. I'm getting that fucking devil shit out of here. I don't want to fuck with that head. That shit shouldn't be alive. So I'm killing that. Oh, I'll fuck Pearl. God damn, it's gonna be nasty. Oh my Jesus Christ. That's like fucking old curtains. And then I'll marry Marine Prescott. Okay, I don't need to explain myself. That's what I said. I'm done with that. But I'll ask my. You know what? Your profile pic, Jonathan, is exactly how I feel right now. I don't know. It's just disgusting all around, but we like it. Frankenstein Studio, thank you so much, dude. Says League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or Van Helsing and why. Also, Mary. Oh my God, another Mary fuck kill. Why'd you do this? A Mary fuck kill, Freddy, Jason, and Michael and why. Okay, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or Van Helsing. Out of the two. I'll pick Van Helsing. I like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It got a bad rap. It wasn't great. Special effects were garbage. And they did misuse the legendary Sean Connery in a lot of ways because he deserved more than that. But I like Van Helsing. It's an over-the-top MTV rock and roll story about him taking on vampires. And Hugh Jackman is playing literally Van Helsing. It's badass. I mean, in its own way, it's fun. It's like the extreme version of Van Helsing, Devil May Cry shit. So I like that one. I would kill Freddy. I don't need that motherfucker in my dreams. Okay, my dreams are my freedom. Fuck you, asshole. I would. Oh God. I'd fuck Jason. It'd be gross though. He has to leave the mask on. Just like straight up. Don't look at me with your maggot covered eyes. And I'd marry Michael because he's loyal. At the end of the day, Michael is loyal as fuck. I don't know. I'm thinking someone asked that question before Frankenstein, and I think about it. Either way, I don't care. Michael is loyal. He's loyal. So that's where I'm at. Cruising. Cards 93. You have 93 cards, dude. Thank you, dude. Says Rob Zombie should do Chainsaw Massacre movie. I think that's what he always wished for. I agree. I think that Rob Zombie would actually be the perfect director for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot. 1,000%. That is 100% dirty barbecue. My ass stinks because I haven't washed it in 5 days, and I like to eat goddamn crackers right out of the box, and not close the package back up when I put it back in the cupboard. Idea. That Rob Zombie is that he is 100% right for that role to be the director and reimagination star of bringing Texas Chainsaw Massacre back to the theaters. Yes, I agree with you. But he won't because I think it's too dead on the nose. Or they don't want to give it to him. They're like, no, we don't want that. We don't want that. But yeah. Gary, thank you so much, dude. Says make a sequel to the says make a sequel to the 2002 movie and then stick with that timeline because we never get past 2 movies until they reboot. Also, make it a period piece so he's younger because in the new ones he's too old. Yeah, I mean that would be. I actually mentioned that like as a suggestion, Gary. 02, 03. He's talking about the TCM, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot, soft reboot or remake, whatever you want to call it. That came out in 2002, 2003 with the hot Jessica Biel. Yeah, we could do that. Stick with that timeline. Erase. Are you saying like erase everything? I guess so, and then just go from there. Make a trilogy out of it or something, right? Yeah, I guess what you're saying. But he's younger. That yeah, absolutely. So he's already like strong. He drinks his Ovaltine, so he can take on some shit. But I like the idea, Gary. 100%. Thank you, dude. Michael Parton says, thank you, dude. Says, I hope Texas Chainsaw Legacy is a sequel to 2022, not a full-on reboot, and is theatrical this time. I want to feel the Chainsaw 40X. I want to feel it. I want to smell that gasoline. I want to hear the rumblings of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in my eardrums. I get you. I don't think it's gonna be, but I would love it to be theatrical. I would love to, be like, oh, what are you gonna go see this weekend? Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That'd be pretty dope. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think the studio or these studios are realizing, like, for properties such as TCM, it's a big risk factor. Like TCM doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't carry the same knockout weight like something like Halloween does or Friday the 13th. So there's a big gamble on putting the resources in putting it in the theater because it might not make the money back. You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. Gary also says, thank you, dude. Says Leatherface does the chainsaw dance on the moon, breathing in space. That sounds hilarious. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. That'd be great. Be amazing. And who knows? He might just do it. He might just do it. Like if they just don't give a fuck about the TCM franchise and if they make more shitty sequels other than the 2022, and they just disregard that and make shittier and shittier and shittier sequels, yeah, eventually we're gonna get like a Leprechaun in space and TCM in space. Why the fuck not? Like it. Bronson Wright Wolf, you sound like a law firm that I don't want to fuck with. Says, I have two questions for you guys. What is your favorite Michael Myers moment? Also, what are your thoughts on The Walking Dead? Michael Myers moment, we've actually been asked that a few times. There's multiple great moments that Michael Myers have given us over the years. But I will say that I think that universally it's agreed upon that one of his best moments is the operating room scene in Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers, with the strobe light effect and him just going fucking nuts and crazy and killing all the doctors. That is like big dick energy right there. That is like, holy shit, the lightning god himself has descended upon the earth and given us Michael Myers. Like, that is pure rage, Michael. That is amazing. I also did like the scene in Halloween Kills when he kills half the town. And then as far as I literally just forgot what you just said. What the fuck? You're muted. What are my thoughts on The Walking Dead? I love The Walking Dead up till like the 5th season. Maybe the 3rd season, I guess. When the governor thing was introduced, that storyline was so fucking boring. I don't know if it was the 3rd or 4th season. It took everything I had to even push through that. And I tried my best to go back, like just recently. I tried my best to go back and I watched the whole fucking thing. And then I got to like season 8, and I lost all interest in it. Like after the Negan thing, and then everything from that, like I just didn't give a shit. I feel like they dragged it with the governor, and the governor was a great storyline in the comic books, but they dragged that shit out for a long fucking time. It's like a girl that won't orgasm when you've been fucking her for like 3 hours, and you're like, okay, well, my dick's gonna go soft at any time.
It's never happened to me before. I've never lasted that long.
I smell bullshit, but either way,
I said I've never lasted that long.
I was going off your first part of the joke, but anyway, yeah, I think The Walking Dead's a great show, but I also think its time in the sun is over now. Like they're also doing all these spin-off shows with Rick. They've got one with Negan and Maggie in New York, which, to be fair, I actually think that's pretty cool, but I don't want to watch it anymore. Like they're just like the spin-off. Like I feel like The Walking Dead was a great show, and then it's like, you guys, at some point, you were like, I ran out of stories to tell, or I ran out of like stuff to do with the characters, and now I'm just like creating Beverly Hills 90210 drama to keep it interesting. You know what I mean? Like the first season of Walking Dead, and even the second one, was so fucking good. It was so good. I love that. Like it actually felt like a survival show, and then the rest of it afterwards, it just became like a big soap opera.
I never got past the first season. Like, honestly, like it just didn't do it for me. Like I thought it was cool. I thought the way they did the zombies was awesome. I could never get into Punisher's character, because once I knew that he banged his best friend's wife, I was like, well, I hate this fucking guy.
Yeah, but John Bernthal, by the way, spoiler, he dies. So he's not even in the later seasons.
Yeah, I never felt the need to fucking watch all that, especially all the complaining I heard from fans. So I only watched like half the first season, so I couldn't tell you.
There was a couple of Mary Fuck Kills up in the earlier parts of the chat.
I will find them.
Hold on. Oh my god, why the fuck? Oh, hold on. There we go. There was a Mary Fuck Kill with
I found it. Yeah,
there's
Adrian,
2 of them.
Or yeah, I got him. Yeah, Jonathan Harato.
Yeah, that one. Okay.
Okay. Start right there.
All right. Yeah.
Enjoy your tinkle. It's gonna be a big one. Jonathan said, "Mary fuck kill Ghost Marine Prescott." Hey, Scream 3, Miss Voorhees and Pearl, the aged version. Oh man. Wow. Nothing good at this Golden Corral buffet. Okay. Oh man, that's tough. My brain can't really wrap myself around it. I'm definitely going to kill the Pearl aged version because she fucking scares me. All right. And I already watched her have sex and it was not something I want to do again. It's like Training Day. That's the second time you've pulled out a gun on me. There will not be a third. I will not relive that again. So we're going to kill Pearl, the aged version. Now, oh Jesus, this is the tough one. All right. I'm going to put out for Ms. Voorhees. All right. I'm going to take that. I'm going to grit my teeth. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to ride that Rainbow Mountain to Fucktown. I'm going to fuck Miss Voorhees, and I'm not going to enjoy it. All right. Not going to enjoy it, but I'm going to get through that. And then I'm going to marry Ghost Marine Prescott. Because here's the thing. We all know what a hoe Marine Prescott was. All right. She's going to be out doing her thing. She's going to be out on the town with every guy. All right. And you're never going to be the target of Ghostface because you're going to go, I don't care, Marine. You go out and you have a blast. I don't have any part in any of the families you're ruining. And then you're never going to be Ghostface's target. You know, you're just going to be interviewed a lot because that's what happens. Marine Prescott goes out and she fucks people in the afterlife. And then they spawn a whole fucking family of serial killers to keep the sequels going. And I'll always have a job. I'll always be interviewed by fucking 60 Minutes on all that shit. Be a person of interest, a fun red herring, but I'll never get killed. You know, I don't feel like, because I'll be the cool dude who's like, hey man, sorry, had nothing to do with me. And then she'll just let me live my life and it'll be fine. So that's my answer to that. It's not a good answer. It's not a solid plan, but it's the best you got in that scenario for sure. The other one was Frankenstein Studio. Thanks, buddy. Said League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or Van Helsing, and why? I never saw either movie. They were not my vibe. I'm not like Mr. Grimm fairy tale type of dude. Never did it for me. Never watched either of them. Mary fuck killed Freddy, Jason, and Michael, and why? I feel like we've actually done this before. Probably gonna have a different answer. So I'm gonna marry. Oh, that's hard though. I'm gonna marry. God damn it. That's tough. That's so fucking tough. I'm going to marry Michael. You're definitely not going to marry Freddy because he's too talkative. All right. Like he's going to let you know about all the things he did. You marry Jason or Michael. And not that I have a problem with talkative people. It's just, you know, I'm not going to marry Freddy. All right. That guy's too fucking much. So I'm not going to marry Freddy. I'm going to fuck. That means I have to fuck or kill Freddy. I'm going to kill. Yeah, I'm definitely going to kill Freddy. I don't want that dude talking to me while we're in bed together. He's going to say some awful, horrendous shit. And he's going to embarrass me. And he's going to say bad things about my dick. I'm not going to fuck Freddy. All right. So I'm going to kill Freddy. Do I marry Jason or fuck Jason? Do I marry Michael or fuck Michael? Nobody wants to fuck Jason. That thing's too dirty. But you can't really like contain him either. Like, what are you going to do? You can't live with that guy. You're just going to wake up and he's going to do the literal bed kill where you're flopped up in the bed and he's going to be stabbing you. So I'm going to marry Michael. I'm going to fuck Jason. God, I don't want to. There's so many venereal diseases. If nothing else, maybe not venereal, but you're going to get an infection on your dick. That guy's disgusting. But I do hope to be the pitcher in that scenario. If nothing else, I'm going to have to fuck Jason. I'm going to pinch my fucking nose like a bad bet. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to marry Michael because he's quiet and, you know, there's no right answer in this scenario. That's just what I'm going to fucking do. All right. I'm sorry. There's no good answer. Like, this is fucking Sophie's choice in the worst of ways. I hate you for that question. It hurts my heart and it hurts everything deep down inside of me. So that's what I'm going to go with. I don't know which. Oh, I'm glad Jay's back because I don't remember which super chat he was on now. What was the last super chat you answered? I just now got through the Mary Fuck Kills because it was tough. It was hard. And it made me hard.
I don't know.
Did you get to?
I got to everything after that.
You got? Did you get? So you did cards with the Rob Zombie.
I did that one.
You got to Gary.
Yep. Got that one.
Okay. And Michael.
Yep. Got that one.
All right. Fuck yeah. Need him, got him, got him, need him, need him, got him. Did you get to Gary's other one? Leatherface does the chainsaw.
Yeah, I got that one too.
That would be fucking awesome, by the way. I would love to see that. How about Bronson Wright-Wolf?
Yeah, that's what I asked when you came back.
Oh, okay, that's right. I didn't actually read it. So, okay, so that means that we're at Isaac, who says, will you gents be at Scarefest this October?
No!
Unknown.
I don't know.
I've got to make some emails. We haven't really talked about it. Jay and I have to talk about that, and we have to email Scarefest and see. I imagine that even if we're not at Scarefest this year, we will do an event and we'll hang out with everybody afterwards, more than likely. I've had a couple people ask me that. I really got to look into it. We got to talk about it. We'll see. So we'll have an answer on that.
There's a lot of politicking that goes on with that kind of shit.
And politicking too. Mm-hmm. It's a girl named Paula who you have to have sex with to get there. Gary says, controversial opinion, but I want them to go batshit crazy and follow the Illuminati.
For what? Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
That would be a weird term.
They the entire time Leatherface was like a CIA like operative, and like that's what he was doing. Like I guess. Or like you could have a CIA operative that is like made to be like some helpless person and like is put in the path of Leatherface, and that's the way that they could track his family because they've been elusive to the authorities over the years.
Yeah. You find out that like Leatherface was on Epstein's list and he has to deal with the political ramifications.
Or you find out that they've been like not paying their taxes.
It was Leatherface and fucking Stephen Hawking, and they're doing just business. That's disgusting. 666 brothers recommend a movie for me to watch tonight.
Brothers, the movie Brothers.
That's depressing. Why would you go with that?
Because it's a great fucking movie.
Brothers. Yeah,
Jake Gyllenhaal. That's a great goddamn movie. That actually, when did that movie come out? Like, I know that Courtney asked earlier. That wasn't between 2014 and. But that's an underrated movie. Brothers. Nobody ever talks about the movie. That movie was powerful as shit, dude. Jake Gyllenhaal and Tobey Maguire. Holy shit. Speaking
of a Sophie's Choice, it's just like there's no way winning that movie. I will say I'll go comedy. I'll go the flip side of that. I'll go Buying the Cow. I always recommend Buying the Cow. So Ryan Reynolds, Bill Bellamy's in that movie. It's a 90s movie that like nobody ever talks about. Fucking hilarious. You get the Ryan Reynolds testy tuck and the Magnifico. I always recommend Buying the Cow. If you want to fucking laugh, watch that movie. That's what I'm gonna go with. I see where you got that from. Brothers.
Yeah,
It made you look at Brothers. Frankenstein Studio. Oh, what horror franchise hasn't gone to space, but would you make you pause and think that might actually be kind of cool? Necronomicon ending up on a spaceship. Well, you answered your own fucking question. That's awesome.
Yeah, that would be great because that you could like turn that into like an Event Horizon type of movie. Yeah. And again, Event Horizon, so underrated. I know I feel like I've said underrated 300 fucking times. I'm just projecting because everyone says my fucking sex sucks, but it's underrated. But no, I will say that the Event Horizon movie is a fucking amazing film. But yeah, Necronomicon in space would be great. What would be a good movie, a horror movie that hasn't been in space yet that would make sense for it? Poltergeist. But essentially that would essentially be Event Horizon because it's a ghost attacking a ship. So yeah, I don't know, but as far as I always say, like when a slasher film goes to space, they have no more ideas. Like that, this is the death knell for the franchise. Like I feel like at some point Chucky's going to be in space. Like it's going to be in the future, and then they're like, oh, my kids, like it's going to be like 2445. Like my kid sent me this vintage Good Guys doll, look, and they're all like on Mars and shit, and it like Chucky comes out and he starts killing everybody.
Yeah, it's too obvious. Like we are like when you do the Jason X thing with it, like
I like that movie, but it's bad.
I'll say oh my god, I just fucking had it. I'm gonna lose it. God damn it, dude.
Jaws.
I had a fucking good one. Yeah, Jaws.
A space shark.
A space shark.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking scary. Dude, imagine a space shark that eats fucking plants.
Can't do anything though. It just does the water.
Oh my god,
there's no fucking water. What's he gonna do? He's just gonna flop around.
I don't know.
Get on the deck and flop like a fish. I'm gonna go 28 days later. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 28 days later.
Like a zombie outbreak.
Yeah, you said it during the same time. One of the astronauts gets on the spaceship and somehow infects the spaceship. You imagine being on like the International Space Station, like that movie ISS, and a zombie outbreak breaks out up in space, and all of your crewmates are the zombies. That'd be pretty fucking cool.
I know that this would be too much on the nose, and people would like roll their eyes on the plot, but like, could you not see a movie like a Romero-style movie where like the planet is fucked? Like the planet has been overrun by zombies, and the last group of survivors, this is like in the future, has been able to get together on a spaceship, and they're gonna like this is in the future. And they're going to go to another planet and maybe set up, a new life. But then there's one infected person, and then they have to fight for survival all the way to the new planet. And they don't want that creature getting out. And then, you know what I mean? because it would just be another dead planet. I know it would be like you could find out what was happening at like age 5 and at page 5 if you were reading the script. But I'm just saying, like, I like those kind of movies, dude. Like, I don't know why. I think that'd be a cool movie. Like Zombies in Space. Have they done a Zombies in Space movie?
I don't think they have, man. I don't think if they did, it wasn't a great movie. I also agree with Cody Brown, and I think that's the first thing that crossed all our minds. If you're gonna do a horror movie in space, what should they fucking do?
Ghostbusters.
Dead Space. Dead Space is
well,
what
Dead Space.
Make the movie.
They made an animated film of it, which was pretty good. But Frankenstein's studio, like, you got to go Necronomicon. That makes so much sense because the Evil Dead thing can move around. Yeah.
Guess what you also did, Frankenstein? You put us segue right into another one of the news stories we were going to talk about tonight, which is that there is a new Evil Dead movie on the horizon.
Evil.
That is, we don't know the name of it yet, but there's a new Evil Dead movie, and it's going to be directed by, basically this is all we know about it, is the director. And the director,
that's how I look when I know I have to get out of the shower and the floor's going to be cold.
It's like shit. It's going to be directed by Sebastian Vanacek. I hope I'm saying that right. And it's an official spinoff of the movie. This is basically all they know about it, but it's officially reported that he's been hired by Sam Raimi and Robert Tappert's Ghost House Pictures to direct an untitled Evil Dead spinoff movies. And all we know is that details of the film are under wraps. Here's the thing. So Sebastian Vanacek directed a movie that hasn't come out to the mass audiences yet. It's been doing the festival circuit, the horror festival circuit, and it's called Infested. And I will show you guys this. Check this out. This is the movie that they're talking about, this is so cool because what they've decided is what Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell and whoever that are behind Evil Dead have decided based on Evil Dead Rise and what they want to do with the franchise. What they did with Lee Cronin, they saw the movie The Hole in the Ground. I think that was the name of it. I could be getting it wrong, but they saw that movie. They liked what the director did, and they said that guy could probably make a good Evil Dead movie, an up and coming director with an indie movie. And they reached out and they said, do you want to make the next Evil Dead? They said yes. The same thing they did with Sebastian Vanacek, and the same thing they're apparently going to do going forward. They're going to make all these Evil Dead spin-off movies based on the book just shows up somewhere else and the story happens, and they're going to pick up-and-coming horror directors to make their movies. It's fucking genius, and I love it.
It could work, but that also could tank. I mean, I'm all for giving a new director a shot, but you're playing with House Bunny. With what they did with the newest Evil Dead, so giving it to someone that's unproven, it could work. I'm fine with it, but so the third movie is going to be around the third book because there's 3 books in the Necronomicon has 3 books, and that's the storyline they're going with. So I feel like there's going to be at some point some kind of crossover event, I would imagine. And
eventually it's going to tie in.
Yeah, even though Bruce Campbell said he's done with Ash and he's never coming back with Ash, I think that's bullshit. I think that it's going to happen at some point. They're kind of making their own like Avengers game or in-game kind of movie right now. So I don't know, having a new director that's not
I think you could have a fun, but also like if it's going to be under the Ghost House banners pictures, right? Like Ghost House Pictures banner, like they're going to be able to monitor it. They're going to make sure that this guy's not crazy. I think you're right. I think you could get in a couple situations where you get like they did with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, where you start a movie, you film for 3 weeks, you realize this guy doesn't have it, and you wrap it up and you start anew. This is the movie that this guy did though that impressed them so much. That hasn't come out yet. It's been bought by Shudder. But it hasn't been released to mass audiences yet. But they were so impressed with this movie. It's called Infested. This is it's obviously a foreign film, but it's an arachnophobia type film that I've seen some stills for.
Are those bed bugs? Is it about bed bugs?
No, spiders. Spiders.
Big ass like a bed bug.
Yeah, scary ass spiders.
Okay, but on the cover it looked like a bed bug.
Right. Yeah. No. But that like the idea that they saw this movie, and that's not the right fucking one. The idea that they saw this movie and it fucked them up so much, they were like, "That's the guy for the new Evil Dead." That gives me hope for not only Infested, but for the next movie. I think Lee Cronin did a great job. Yeah. I think it's a fucking cool idea, man.
I'd get the guy that directed Bug with Ashley Judd. That movie fucking freaked me out, dude. That's the kind of movie that like actually scares me. It had nothing to do with the fact that what you were seeing in the film was like there was no supernatural or creepy crawlies, but it was like the paranoia. like, and that's what makes The Thing so great. And Quentin Tarantino actually had mentioned that too, that they did such a great job with The Thing, was that the paranoia became like its own character, like this suffocating idea of like you're trapped here and like you're all feeding off of each other's fears and you don't know who's going to be like
Friedkin, by the way, Exorcist director William Friedkin. I just got that from the chat. I didn't know that.
William Friedkin, yeah, dude, fucking amazing. That's how I would tell that story. I swear, because listen, in Evil Dead, the remake, because I get, you know, it's all in the same universe because the Alvarez thing. But so the Evil Dead, the remake, it's all very high energy. It's very much in your face. And then in the second one, like it's like more family oriented, like it's the apartment thing. So there's some kind of claustrophobia there. And then in the third one, I would make it more of a psychological.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we can't do Friedkin there because he's dead, but like,
well, no, yeah, not him, but someone like him is what I mean.
Yeah,
but like, I would take the third movie and make it a lot more. I don't know how to, like, a confining story, like something that really, like, while you're watching it, like not necessarily like a huge amount of like gore and stuff. I know it's an Evil Dead movie. I get it. There's going to be some butthole being blown out with blood at some point, but that's like it would be like a very slow burning type of like claustrophobic film in the third one. I would go with that, like more of a psychological horror in the third movie.
And whatever the plot is, I don't know if they're going to have this guy help write it or go in the writer's room and start it from anew or whatever, if they have an idea for it already. But I do love that idea because I think that's what Evil Dead is, right? Like the heart and soul of Evil Dead was these dudes, Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell and Ted Raimi, went out in the woods and made a low budget film and like made their whole careers off of it. So it's, to me, it's fucking super cool that they're like, we're going to take this IP and instead of just putting out generic studio bullshit, we're going to go and find up and coming people and we're going to let them shoot their shot all over our faces. And I think that could be cool because look, I think it's ingenious when you think about what the genre is doing right now. The beautiful thing about horror, and it's doing it, no other genre is doing it. Like superhero movies are fading into obscurity in some way because of superhero fatigue, because of all this bullshit, because the studio is making the movie and they're just hiring a yes man to do it. But horror is the only thing that is really championing original projects. So when you look at Robert Eggers, when you look at the dude who did Barbarian, when you look at the lady who Parker Finn, who made Smile and all that shit like that, these days it seems like someone comes up with a great original horror idea, it blows up in the box office, and then they get a bag of fucking money. So Evil Dead, and you're right, it could blow up in their fucking faces a time or two. But like the fact that they're giving new names, original names, I think it's fucking genius. I mean, that's what happened to Jordan Peele, right? Like nobody thought like, oh, like Jordan Peele guy's going to make a great movie. He made Get Out, and now he's like Albert Hitchcock to some fucking people, which I think we need to pump the brakes on a little bit.
But he's overrated.
A little bit,
Jordan Peele is great, but he's overrated. Like,
but I'm excited about what he's going to do next.
Yeah, let's not get it twisted. It's like he scored like 60 points in a game. He's not LeBron James. Like, get over your fucking self. Like, he's not like,
Kobe, don't do the
it's LeBron. But either way, I don't care. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm excited that again. It just goes back to the excitement that we have another like horror movie that's going to be in the theaters. I think that's cool. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not going to be in the theater, but I'm glad that there's a magnifying glass on these films again, you know, and these studios are interested in coming back to the horror roots or to some of these studios' horror roots and like making these movies again. And I feel like it's finally going to be completed when we get a Nightmare on Elm Street remake or a Friday the 13th remake as well. Yeah.
And I think it's cool. I think it's the perfect mix of like original movies and also an IP. Like Evil Dead's all about like new and upcoming people, but also it has the IP. So I think it's cool. I think it's going to be ingenious. I think
also
in 20 years, it's going to be fucking, everyone's going to look back and go, that was a great fucking idea by Sam Raimi and them. Yeah, like, I really do.
The guy that directed Hereditary, I could get him to do Evil Dead 3 or
dude, not his shit's way too fucking highfalutin.
You shut your mouth. And then
did you see Midsommar? Like he would be terrible.
Well, Midsommar I did not like, but I did like Hereditary. I didn't think it was that scary, but I thought it was like a good movie. I thought it was a psychological thriller.
What about Bo is Afraid? Like he's just too.
Bo's afraid of everything. Bo Jackson had a hip injury, and he hates stairs.
Gail Sayers, goddamn,
it's the worst ever. And then the guy that did Pony Smasher, the Pony Smasher, I don't know his name. Pony Smasher,
David Sandberg.
Lights Out. I think he'd be a good one too. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think it's cool.
He would do a great Evil Dead movie. I agree with that for sure. JD is LA said, did you guys ever watch The Last of Us on HBO? Thoughts?
I watched the first couple episodes. I just got kind of bored with it. I didn't really care about it that much, so I kind of gave up on it. But I mean, some people liked it, but I know that some people look. The Last of Us it's a really touchy subject for a lot of people because of what they did with the second one. The first one, by the way, the game is amazing. It's such a great fucking game, and the story itself, that alone, if you made a 1-for-1 remake and put it on the big screen, dude, Academy Award, fucking that good, like that good. You cast someone like Hugh Jackman in that lead role.
You didn't like Pedro Pascal?
He's great, but I mean, not like I just feel like, you know, that movie Prisoners.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie.
Like, take Hugh Jackman from Prisoners and put him in that role as Joel.
I have a hard time arguing anybody over Hugh Jackman, to be honest.
He's got a great beard and an amazing body, and I bet his dick smells like Old Spice. But my point being is, like, you put him in that role and you make it a big budget, theatrical movie. Oh my god! But either way, I just got bored of it. I haven't watched any of it after like maybe the first 2 or 3 episodes.
As somebody who never played the games, never gave a fuck about the IP, nothing. Watched the first episode, thought it was great. I think it's one of those things that I don't think it was bad quality. To me, as a person who's not a fan of the games, I didn't find enough interest to go back either. Because it's a dire place to spend an hour, you know? Like, it's a dark thing. It's like The Road.
Well, they didn't do anything to bring anybody in. There was nothing in the show that really like roped you in after the first episode. It just kind of was like, yeah, okay, this is happening. Here's the story. Here's what's happening. Like, and you're like, oh, like people that hadn't played the games, they were like, oh, I'm just watching The Walking Dead.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, I love Pedro Pascal, and I thought he did a great job, and I thought that first episode was super fucking good. But also, like you said, it's like The Road to me. Like, I love the story is interesting, the actors are good. I don't really want to spend time there. So if you're going to want me to spend time there, I'm going to need a real reason to go back to it. And this is not me like being angry at it. I'm just saying, like, as a viewer, as a person who's not a fan of the franchise, I never wanted to go back to that depressing place. Like, there was nothing that really pulled me back in.
I will say the Road is with Viggo Mortensen. I feel like that is such a great underrated movie too, because, and it is a depressing ass movie, don't get me wrong, but I feel like that is the most realistic version of what humanity would be like if a disaster like that had occurred. Like, that movie, the
book was I did read the book. The book's fucking awesome.
Well, the movie, even like the way they portrayed it, and like him, oh my god, dude. Yeah, it's super depressing, but The Road, holy shit. And you know, Viggo Mortensen would have been a great Joel too in that movie.
Yeah,
if they made a movie of The Last of Us. But anyway,
Dan Murphy says, which family's dirtier, Hewitt's from Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Corey Cunningham's family from Halloween Ends with the spaghetti sauce all over the mouth of the glass? That was so gross, dude. A glass of milk with spaghetti sauce all around the fucking rim of it.
Yeah.
And when we interviewed the writer of Halloween Ends, it seemed like that was a specific dark place from his memory, and I fucking shudder to think what that was. Like, goddamn, I feel bad for him.
It reminded me of watching my mom drink milk.
I mean, the Hewitts have got to be dirtier, right? Because they did discuss.
Obviously, the Hewitts are dirty. Like Corey Cunningham, like he was just really enjoying his fucking milk, you judgmental bastards. Okay, holy fuck, and he had spaghetti.
It was his mom, though. It was his mom.
Well, his mom was really enjoying the goddamn Prego spaghetti sauce.
Oh,
she had a hard day. She drank it. She like fucking like drank it like Mark Wahlberg kissing a lady.
She touched.
She mouthed all over it. Either way. You're talking about the Hewitts, like they literally are the combination of Hoarders and My 600-Pound Life. Can you imagine what that fucking house smells like? Holy shit. Cat piss, vomit, some somewhat fresh diarrhea, and then some pee around the corners. You could, dude, it has to smell like Courtney Love's vagina. You imagine what Courtney Love's vagina pussy smells like. That's what it is.
Not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. Yeah, that's a real fucking Sophie's choice. I've said that like 7 times tonight, but it's fucking like it fits. No. AJ Barra, Texas Chainsaw Massacre could have suburbs be a neighborhood by the Sawyer State, and maybe the city wants to buy their land and evict them, and the massacre can be. That's what I'm saying. Like a gentrification situation, which is why I think, to me, this could be a follow up to 2022, because that was kind of the plot, was gentrification. Like they want to move in.
I feel like it's too similar though.
Oh, but that's what I mean. It's definitely similar. So I think that's a possibility. This is made by the same people, because that whole plot of that movie was the whole gentrification of all that shit. You remember with the rebel flag and like all that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the suburb idea. I feel like to me, the way it read and the way that I'm thinking of, it's going to be a separate movie completely. Like the family's going to be involved. Like he's not going to be 65 fucking thousand years old, and that's like it's going to be a separate Texas movie. But you could play around with the sequel idea, but I think to be fair, I think it's going to be a really. I like the idea. I like the setting. I like the idea of introducing Leatherface into a community like that. I like that idea.
Regardless, I agree. Leatherface in suburbia is pretty fucking dope. I like it. D. Mitch, boys, favorite male character in horror and why?
Ooh, male character?
Male character. I'm going Dewey.
Jesse from Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I thought you were going wheelchair dude from Friday too.
No, I do. I think that Jesse from Nightmare 2, no one ever talks about him, dude. They always talk about the Scream Queens and shit because they're sexist, and we understand. But bastards. Jesse is also a Scream Queen unto himself, but he's also a great character. I would say, but to be fair, it's going to be Bruce Campbell. Ash Williams is the greatest male character ever in a horror movie.
It's a great one. I'm going to go Dewey. I'm going to go Dewey for obvious reasons. I don't have to explain why. You guys know how I feel deep down in my balls. Speaking of balls, Mr. Big Balls, did you ever hear how the guy who played LD, Lou Perryman, died in real life? A drunk kid off his meds was walking by his house and saw Lou outside of his house, conversated with him, then followed him inside and killed him with an axe. Fuck!
No, I didn't know about that. Holy shit.
Fucking hell, man. That's dark. There's some dark shit with horror.
Well, that kind of reminds me of you ever heard about the girl from the older sister from Poltergeist that her boyfriend fucking killed her?
Yeah, and then the little girl died too.
She died of like some kind of disease. It was really bad. But just murder though. Like that older daughter, she literally got fucking murdered by her boyfriend. But I didn't know that. Like that's fucking insane, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, there's some dark stories. Like there was a really good series on Shudder, Mr. Big Balls, a while back. That was I think it was like tragic or like cursed horror movies or something like that had some good stories like that. I did not hear that one. That's fucking wild. He said he died similar to his Texas Chainsaw 2 character, which is extra double fucked up. Did they ever like ask the guy, like did they find out if the guy was like a Texas Chainsaw 2 fan? Because that would be really fucked up. Honestly, they probably wouldn't release it if he was like,
yeah, they probably like he probably was just like, I saw him order like eggs at Waffle House and I didn't like it.
Yeah, we're not telling you guys the truth.
He was probably weird. He's just a weird guy.
Robin, thank you. I love your fucking Clerks fucking picture and your face and your mouth and the way it tastes at the night. Gary said, just discovered Mia Goth. I said on a stream, I want some Mia, a girl. How dare you? She's married to Shia LaBeouf. I was like, I don't care. She's married. Gary had a couple brewskis.
You know what? Listen, Gary, listen, when you see a thing you want, you just go for it. It doesn't matter if you get slapped with a restraining order and possible jail time. You just say, listen, my life is not going to be static. And I saw this girl and they were like, hey, she's married. I was like, do you know that we come from Neanderthals? Evolution, bitch. I'm going to go take her with a club. And it didn't work. But no, by the way, Mia Goth, I would not get involved with that girl for $1 million fucking dollars, dude.
Hey, you were just talking about Vince McMahon and how people should have their day in court, Jay. All right. You can't have two-sided, all right?
I'm just saying, it's not the one story. I know, but it's not just the one story. There's been all other stories about her, and
there's not been as many as Vince McMahon has.
You also said smoke, or there's smoke, there's fire. You said that about Vince McMahon.
There's only been one story about.
No, there's not.
There's been like 77 about Vince McMahon. There's been like 1 billion.
You're talking about Vince McMahon and Mia Goth, but if you
looked at Vince McMahon's track record, it would be like a scroll that never ends into hell.
Literally, you're talking about Vince McMahon, a multi-billionaire, and I'm talking about Mia Goth. What he's talking about specifically, I would not get. Well, because Mia Goth specifically, she's married to Shia LaBeouf, or she was married to Shia LaBeouf. I would not fuck with that shit. First off, have you seen Shia LaBeouf? Have you met Shia LaBeouf? Have you seen his interviews? Fuck that shit. If you got with him, you sucked his dick, and he was inside of you at one point, she's a little unstable.
I'll have you know, I have.
Yeah, I doubt it very fucking seriously, because he only likes Mia Goth.
How about that? How about I've tasted Shia LaBeouf's comment? I'm fine. Michael Parton said, check out the Jaws 19 trip. Jaws 19. That's the second time I've heard that mentioned. What is that?
There's no Jaws 19. What are you saying?
Liar whore.
How many Jaws did they make? Only 4? So we'd only be on the 5th.
That I know of. Yeah, that's a lie. Someone's lying. DJ Graham said, I think underwater creatures gliding through Earth sounds scary as fuck, especially sharks. Yeah, honestly, like the ocean's a fucking scary place, dude. Like, don't go there.
What's scarier? Like, that's true. What's scarier? Like underwater, like deep underwater, like where like we've never been before, like miles under the water, and like there's probably monstrous creatures that we couldn't even imagine, or maybe things left over from the Jurassic period, or deep outer space where you don't know what's out there. Like what? So that's a question. What's scarier to you?
To me, space, but also the ocean's scary as fuck. Like I will go space though, because aliens scare me.
So I don't know. Yeah, dude. Well, I'll probably go space too. But dude, like, what's the deepest part of the ocean? It starts with a T. I can never. Trey Barker's
Travis Barker.
Taint. Trey Barker's taint. No, no, it's like deepest part, and I think the furthest we've ever been down is maybe 2 miles, and it kept fucking going.
No,
it kept going, dude. And you're talking about dark as night down there without a moon, no stars. The further you go down, and the pressure. Do you imagine? Do you just think what could be down there at the very bottom?
Probably aliens.
Probably fucking Jason Momoa in the Aquaman kingdom.
Up, down, fucking. I don't want any part of any of that shit, dude. Richard Palato, hey, good to see you, buddy. Say, what's good, you guys? Mike, I was just wondering, did you get my package with VHSs? Did it go through your PO box? I have not yet, but I'm dropping off some stuff in the PO box tomorrow, and I will check. And if it's there, it will be there, and I will let you know, my good man. Thanks. We can't wait to open your package. You know what I'm saying? What's up,
Richard? Dick, we love it.
We do. Adrian says, "Marry, fuck, kill."
Oh, old God damn,
bathtub woman from old naked rotting bathtub woman from Shining.
Oh,
Zelda
not Zelda
from Pet Cemetery, or Ellie from Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, way, God damn you, Adrian! I don't like.
Hang on, I gotta confirm which one was Ellie from Evil Dead Rise. I don't want to fuck this one up.
Ellie was the main girl, the one that got possessed.
Oh, then that's a really easy question. I'm going to double check just to make sure. You're right. It was the redhead from Evil Dead Rise, and that is who I'm marrying in that situation. I am killing the bathtub woman from The Shining, and I guess I got to throw it to Zelda for one good old college try. Her back's already fucked up.
I'm going to fuck the rotting bathtub woman from The Shining because she got down back when she was alive. She knows how to party a little bit. Yes, it might be disgusting, but we're going to get through it. She's also listen, she rubbed elbows with like the elites. She knows how to fuck. I'm killing Zelda. Fuck that shit, dude. Like, that bitch was trying to kill her own sister. She's choking on some cough syrup. I don't know what she'd do with my dick in her mouth. Probably just fucking like die. I don't get it. But Evil Dead, and then I'm gonna marry Ellie 100% because she can cook breakfast. She knows what it's like to have a family life.
Those eggs, those human eggs.
I'm not gonna have that kind of like. Listen, bitch, I'm not in the Philippines. Don't fucking cook me shit that's still alive in an egg. You motherfucker! Like,
what's that supposed to be? What are you trying to say about?
Have you ever had those fucking eggs, dude?
I've never been.
No, it's not about being. There's a fucking egg where it's like a raw fucking aborted fetus in an egg.
You and Chris Brown. I'm gonna get you both canceled this weekend.
Yeah, because I smacked my woman around and talk about eating eggs. What the fuck was that egg called? You guys, it's Bobby Lee and
Bobby Lee, Getty Lee.
Bad Friends, the podcast. He literally tries to eat it on his fucking podcast, and he's fucking Asian, South Korean, but it's a Filipino dish. Egg. It's a fucking aborted fetus in an egg. It's a delicacy in the Philippines. It's disgusting.
McDonald's?
No, that's not disgusting.
Multitasking. Michael Parton said the word spinoff worries me. I hope it's Deadites. I think they're all spinoffs. I mean, Evil Dead Rise was a spinoff. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think that. I think they're all going to be spinoffs, man. I don't think that's a problem. You know, they're not. Yeah, they're not continuing the same trajectory. Multitasker said, "Y'all make the days good. You make the days good, you piece of fucking shit. How about you come over here and, I mean, shake my hand. I'll hug you. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, Multitasker.
Colton Candler. Nick Tischler, the Tush Tickler, gets it done. Mike, sports betting will be legal in North Carolina next month. What apps do you use? Also, watch the TED Show. It's funny as fuck. That's like the fifth. I'm going to do it. We love you too, buddy. I'm going to check it out. I really am. We need more comedy in this world. So the smart thing to do when it becomes legal is absolutely to jump around, right? Because they all have the best deals when it becomes legal. So, for instance, if you put if you make a deposit of like $10 on DraftKings, they'll give you $200 in free bets. They are like $50 bets, so it's really only 4 bets for $50, but they pay for it, and you get to keep the money if you win. So the best advice I have for you, sign up for every single fucking one of them, and then you've got like fucking $500 in bets to go with. It's beautiful.
Just
or do one at a time.
The Kevin Hart one. He's everywhere. Just sign up for that one.
DraftKings. Yeah. I started with FanDuel, jumped to DraftKings, and now currently I'm on ESPN Bet because I did good with the free bets.
By the way, I don't know if that's good or not. It's just so fucking annoying that's in my goddamn head when I'm trying to watch a fucking stream, and then he's like, playoffs, and you have that fucking goddamn ad. Like, all right, it's not funny. Yeah. Fucking shut up. I don't want to hear it. All right, DraftKings, it's great.
There's a lot of Jamie Foxx ones too for the Bet EMGM. I'm gonna jump on there and take their free money too. Huncho Jose, I like your name, I like your face, I like everything about you. The Racka Racka boys, writers and directors have talked to me. It would be awesome to see tackle an Evil Dead movie. I totally agree with you, and I think that's what they're doing. They're finding people like that, and they're saying, "Let's fucking go, dude." That movie's fucking rad.
No, I know. I've had it in my list. I just don't want to watch it because it's scary.
It is scary. It's actually surprising.
I'm actually surprised that no one on Patreon has ever requested that as a commentary. Because I've never seen it, but we're going to be doing Thanksgiving, which I've never seen either, which I'm excited about. But Thanksgiving's different because it's like a killer, like a serial killer kind of like a slasher film, which is
it's more fun rather than scary. We're gonna have a blast watching that. I can't wait for it. Falonone says, pick one mask, atmosphere, and plot for the perfect Myers. Ooh, that's a good question.
One mask, the original mask, obviously. Atmosphere, correct. Halloween 4,
correct.
Plot. I would say Halloween 4. Halloween 4 is a great plot. Halloween Curse of Michael Myers is good, but it feels unfinished. It doesn't feel like it's like a finished product. No, I take it back. The original Michael Myers mask, Halloween 4, Halloween 2018. That's what I like.
I'm the same with you until the last one. I still think the plot of the original is the best because he was fresh, he was new, he was looking at your shoes. I just think the idea of an escape mental institute guy who steals a mask from a store and shows up on a town is as good as it gets. So the only one but I agree with you on the first two for sure.
But that's just Halloween 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would be Halloween 1 for me.
It's just Halloween 1.
That's the perfect plot. Yeah. That's the Halloween one has.
No, I'm saying like all of it. Mask, atmosphere, and plot.
Atmosphere would be Halloween 4. Halloween 4 had a better atmosphere. So I'd go 1-4-1 on that one. Yeah. Stuff to disagree with. Michael Parton, there actually is a Jaws 19 trailer, and it's based on the scene from Back to the Future.
Oh, come on.
Holy
shit. What the fuck, dude? Don't be talking to me about this shit. Okay, that was in a 2014 parallel universe where Michael J. Fox and Doc went to the fucking future. That doesn't exist here. I know you're talking about the big shark head that comes out, and he's like, ah! And then he's like, shark still looks fake. That was
my dick.
But you know what, to be fair, how crazy was it when Back to the Future Part 2 came out that the creators of that movie thought there would be a Jaws 19 by 2014, that they would keep churning out Jaws movies. Little did we know it would be Saw.
And another fucking perfect segue into our last news story of the night. And we're going to do this, and I'm going to pee, and I know you're going to pee because we both got to pee, and then we'll wrap this up with our Pool Hall Junkies review. But real quick, there is Saw 11 news. They have announced the director of Saw 11, and the director of Saw 11 is going to be the director of Saw 10. Kevin Grudert is going to be coming back to the franchise to direct Saw.
I like it.
11. I don't like it, Jay.
No, I like the way they ended Saw 10. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes.
I have a controversial opinion on this, and that's that I don't like it. Like, I don't. Like, I think
controversial.
Well, it is because everybody hates me for not loving Saw 10 the way everybody does.
Oh,
I like Saw 10. Like, I thought it was one of the better sequels in the franchise. I just don't think it's this. I don't think it's this great thing that people have made it out to be. And to me, what's great about Saw 10 is not the direction. The direction to me felt like every fucking Saw sequel we've seen. And by the way, he's directed several other Saw sequels in the franchise. He edited every single Saw sequel all the way up till Jigsaw. So for me, Kevin Grudert coming back, Saw 10 was great. Why was Saw 10 great? It was not the direction. Saw 10 was great because of the writing. And we already have been told the writers of Saw 10 are not coming back. So Josh Stolberg and company are not coming back. What made Saw 10 good was the fact that they had the smarts to go back and actually, for the first fucking time, give Tobin Bell's character, John Kramer, an actual sympathetic storyline. They tried to before, but I never bought it. This time, they show us in that movie, they show us him going through what he went through, and they show us him exacting his revenge on the people that fucked him up, and it was a genius idea. To me, that was all writing. As far as the direction of the film, the traps...
If you wouldn't have known that if the directing hadn't been there based on the writing. They could take a great writing and then just not show you those scenes. You know what I mean? Or like dilute them.
Sure, but like the writing was like the storyline. Like the storyline.
The storyline was great, but I'm saying like I don't think it was a bad. Like I feel like the movie itself wasn't a bad directed film.
I'm not saying it was badly directed. What I'm saying is the directing wasn't what's made it stand out. The same guy directed several other Saw sequels. They all felt like Saw sequels. The director's gonna make a movie that feels like a Saw movie. Like, so it's going to have the same grimy feel. The traps are going to feel the same. We're going to get another Saw movie, and that's fine. But like, this guy, for me, I would have rather them taken and found. I mean, I'm not mad about it. I'm not against it. I'm just not excited about it. For me, the script is what made that movie special, not the direction. The direction felt like every other fucking Saw movie. So I feel like we're gonna get another fucking Saw movie. Will the script be special this time? I don't know. But I'm not psyched about it. I would have rather seen New Blood or someone come in that could have really like taken this to a different level. But we're gonna get another Saw movie, and that's what it is.
As long as I think that if his vision is the same in what they left us with 10, I'm fine with it going into 11. I hope, and again, if the writers aren't involved from the 10th film into the 11th film, I mean that may cause an issue for sure. I did like to look at the film. I think that when I watched Saw 10, it's not my favorite Saw by any stretch of the imagination, but I did enjoy it. I enjoyed what I watched. I thought it was directed fine. I've watched other Saw movies that were fucking shit. They were directed like garbage. And I was like, all right, well, this is like a throwaway Final Destination. Who cares plot wise? We're just going to showcase all the death scenes. And that's it. I think he did a decent job because the writing aspect of the movie has to work in conjunction with the directing.
Sure.
To work. I mean, it doesn't work by just one vision and then the writers have another vision. We've had like multiple different movies that have been like that before, where the writing is great and the fucking directing is bad, or the directing is great.
It's no guarantee it's going to be
and the writing is bad. But either way, like actually Pool Hall Junkies, no, actually they're both really bad. I will say, well, that's coming up. But I will say, if the thing about Saw 11, and I know they're not going to do this, this was just fan hope for me, was like the little boy at the end of Saw 10, like he was going to have some kind of significant impact in the future, or like moving forward with the franchise. I don't think they're going to do that. Tobin Bell is an amazing actor, but he cannot continue being the face of Saw. He can't. So you got to do something new. You got to do something different. And I think the writing and directing of Saw 10 was the reason why there was a possibility of something new. Coming into Saw 11, it is bad that you only have one part of the puzzle. If you only have the director and not the writers, however, they could hire writers that maybe were fans of Saw 11 or Saw 10, I'm sorry, and they could do something. Because where do you go with Saw after 10? What do you do? Because Tobin Bell has been played out a million fucking times. The whole story, I'm sick, I got cancer, I got taken advantage of, I've got vengeance, I don't like people that take advantage of other people, so I'm going to set my vengeance sights on them. They've done this a million fucking times. I feel like they are for the first time they had an idea to go with a new generation of Jigsaw, and hopefully they continue that plot on with Saw 11.
Well, Kevin Kruder is the one who directed some of the main Hoffman films, Detective Hoffman, right? So I think a lot of people are assuming. Well, it's strange, right? It's fucking strange because like this movie came out, it's a huge success, and they announced Saw 11, and it's going to come out in just a year, right? Which is that's what Saw does, but it's still wild after this successful movie. But then the first thing they announce is the writers aren't coming back. Yeah. And then now we know Kevin Kruder's coming back, who helmed some of the main Hoffman films. So a lot of people are saying, and it makes sense, that this means that Dunstan and Melton are coming back, who are the ones who wrote the Never Made Halloween Returns sequel, but they also wrote a bunch of these Saw movies together. So is that a good thing and a bad thing? I don't know. But based on the post-credit sequence of Saw 10 that featured Hoffman, I think a lot of people are assuming this movie is going to focus mainly on Hoffman. And I think that's what people are assuming right now. Is that a good thing? I like Hoffman.
I think Hoffman. Yeah, I think Hoffman's I actually do like that character quite a bit. I did enjoy him. I feel like there's good and bad things with Hoffman as a character. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
The last one was so good because it focused on Tobin Bell. You know,
I will say it's the first time in a while that I'm actually excited for a new Saw movie.
Yeah, I get that too. I agree with that.
Like I will say hands down, like I may not like certain things about I don't like the fact moving on without the original writing team from what they gave us in Saw 10, because I think Saw 10 is actually a really good movie. Like just a baseline good movie.
Yeah, I do too.
So I'm a little anxious about that, but I'm actually looking forward to see what they're going to do in Saw 11. I mean, could they fuck it up? Yeah, absolutely. It's an easy franchise to fuck up. Easy. But I feel like you've given, like they've been given a little bit of a get out of free jail card.
Yeah.
Saw 10.
Yeah.
Don't fuck that up. Don't turn it in. Okay. Because we're not going to take it back as community chest, bitch. You're going to go straight to jail. No $200.
My prediction on this February 5th, 2024 at 10:30 p.m. I think it's going to be I think they're going back. I think this is going to.
Well, if they go back,
I think this is going to be another generic Saw sequel. I think that's what we're about to receive.
If they go back to Hoffman, fine. Just give us a good Hoffman story.
And I like Hoffman, but
I'm just saying, like, make it make sense to me.
I think we got lucky with a really good idea. That's my point. Like, I think whether it's the script or it's just the treatment, I think the idea to jump back in and show this part of John Kramer's history was a one-off. And I think this next film is going to go right back into generic Saw a year later territory.
Well,
that's just what I pick. I know I'll be hated for it, but that's what I think.
No, I feel like they were smart, dude, because again, you cannot have Tobin Bell continuously save the franchise.
Right.
Whenever the franchise gets down, they go back and tap Tobin Bell's old ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Tobin Bell, but you can't keep doing that. Like, you got to, like, I feel like Saw as a franchise can move on without Tobin Bell, but you got to write a story that makes people interested. Like, okay, that makes sense. Amanda in the original, the earlier Saw films was supposed to be that person. It just didn't work out. It just didn't. It just didn't work out. She was a poorly written character. She was underdeveloped. She really didn't have any kind of character development until much later on in the franchise. And when they did show it to you, it was barely on screen. It was barely there. So you didn't give a fuck about that character. So again, I thought and again, I know this is stupid, but I thought Saw 10 was like a perfect moment where they could do a soft reboot, and like have that kid be the, like, I know it was like people were like, that's fucking stupid. Oh my god.
As long as you fast forward way into the future.
It would be fast. Like, not when it's not like a fucking like Indiana Jones Temple of Doom little kid, like short round, like going around like stealing people. I mean, like, like fast forward fast forward like 10 years or something, or 15 years where the kid's grown and now he's doing all this shit. You know what I mean?
All right, I got pee really bad. I'll be right back, and then we'll switch up. We'll do Pool Hall Junkies. I gotta pee. That's all I got. That's all I know.
Where I'm at.
10:31 p.m. We're almost caught up. 10:31 p.m. Michael Patton.
Okay. With Michael. Thank you, Michael. I continue on the cliffhanger with Dr. Gorman. Yeah, that'd be a good one. I wouldn't mind that. We'll see what happens, dude. Like, again, Saw, like, some people love it, and some people are like really like into like what happens with the franchise. I'm like 50-50 on it. I think Saw 10 was really, really well done, and I think they did a good job with it, and I think they brought some interest back to it. But ultimately, I don't care either. So Gary says, "Holy shit, Elon Musk wants to buy Disney. He can't fucking afford it, dude." Like, I actually am fine with that. If he wants to buy, I don't give a fuck who buys it. Like, Disney is a terrible fucking company that has ruined multiple franchises over the years, and have shown you that, yes, you can have properties in your lineup but still lose money on them when you're a fucking idiot and you pump money into like stupid ass. Dude, don't get me fucking started. I don't care who fucking buys it, as long as it's out of the hand. Fire fucking Kathleen Kennedy. Can we fucking do that real quick? No? Okay. So fuck you. Fire her first. Dude, I swear to Christ, I've literally had this fantasy in my brain stems before. If I had all this money, tons of money, like unlimited power of money, I would just walk in and tell fucking Disney, I buy you. I take you now. I take you and I own you. And then I fire every fucking body in the goddamn studio. I fire every fucking body in upper management, and I hire people that are true fans. I hire fucking people that care, that want to tell great stories, that want to fucking showcase what we can do. Oh. Anyway. I was getting a little out there, but anyway. It's fine. Calm down. Here. Clinton says Jay rant. No, I can't, dude. Blood pressure's going up. I can't. Tomo Ogato says, I don't think Rey being the face of Star Wars is going to reinvigorate the IP. Disney killed it. Yeah, dude, I mean, fuck yes, dude. Like, can you guys understand how stupid that fucking shit is? Like, literally, they're gonna make a movie. Like, they're gonna Rey Skywalker a fucking movie, and like, people are like, you think that's gonna bring fans back? You think that's gonna bring back the people that love Star Wars back in the day? Nope. It's gonna be it's a fucking train wreck waiting to happen. It's fucking the lead singer of Puddle of Mud singing goddamn Nirvana songs live. Anyway, I don't want to rant too much about it because it's like I don't need to. Like, there's been so many videos on YouTube. There's so many people that understand how badly Disney has fallen and how terrible those franchises are. Like, dude, how the fucking fuck do you lose money on Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Marvel? How do you fucking do that? How do you do that? Like, seriously, like, you have got to want to lose money. Like, I've got a couple of $100 bills. I'm just going to go over here and play craps or roulette. I think roulette's a sucker's game. I swear to God. It's like doing that. I don't know. Michael says, I came out the Rise of Skywalker depressed. Yeah, dude. Well, you know what that was? The Rise of Skywalker was damage control. That was damage control for what they did with The Last Jedi. With Ryan bullshit Johnson. I can't direct a movie Johnson. That's what they were doing. It went so off the rails with what they did with The Last Jedi. And fine, if you like The Last Jedi, cool, man. That's great. I have a fucking bridge to sell you over Alaska. I think The Last Jedi was a complete destruction of the characters and the heroes that fans of the show had grown up with. Specifically Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker would never be a fucking dirty ass bum, like listening to goddamn sometimes I feel like I don't. Like, that's what he was like. It looks like he listens to all the time. Just not giving a shit, hanging out, you know. And then, like, I don't care. I'm gonna drink some blue tit milk. Like, dude, like, it was so fucking bad. Action says Craps is a good game. Yeah, I mean, it's a fine game. I'm just saying, like, you don't want to play that game and try to win money on it. I can't win money on it. Blu-ray Addict says, are you looking forward to season 6 of Cobra Kai coming out later this year? Absolutely. I mean, I think Cobra Kai season 6 is going to be great. I mean, it's the last Cobra Kai, which is sad face, but it's time. I think it would be cool if they throw in Hilary Swank, if they bring back Hilary Swank, because then that just completes all of it. But we'll see. Yeah, like, you know what, guys? And by the way, I'm not trying to shit on anybody's parade and pee on your fireworks. If you like the movies I'm mentioning, The Last Jedi or something, that's great. If you like the direction that Disney has been moving franchises such as Star Wars and Indiana Jones and the MCU, that's cool, man. I just personally think that it has gotten to a point where it is absolutely atrocious and nobody wants to go see those movies anymore because they have made a mockery of what they even started. You know, like, they made a mockery of the actual IPs. I just Casey says, by the way, Jay, I love your hat. Where'd you get it? I got it on Amazon. I think I typed in like Nintendo controller remotes, but Tomo Gato says Disney needs to fire the people who are fucking up and stop listening to yes men. Dude, yes, 100%, Tomo. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's like you're allergic to fucking money. You don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Like, a $1 billion company, like, okay with this stuff. And yeah, you could say they're old fat white men or whatever you fucking want to say. I don't know. And they're out of touch and they don't understand what's going on. But shareholders do. People with stock understand. Like, why don't you? So something's not working, right? You're losing money. You cannot be that blind. Like, how the fuck can you not realize?
How'd you know
for a second that something's wrong, something's off, something's not making sense, something's not connecting? Because you're not connecting. You're hiring idiot fucking PR people that are trying to keep you appraised of what's the current climate like on Twitter or whatever, and they're telling you lies. They're telling you agendas. They're telling you messages that you need to send to keep you popular. With fucking who? The 5%, the less than 5% population that won't even fucking watch your movies? You dumb motherfucker. Like, this is what I'm talking about. If I had the multi-billion-dollar fucking power and money, I would buy Disney, fire every motherfucker that ever fucking worked for me in the last 5-10 years, and I would start over completely fresh. And guess what I'd be doing? I'd be churning out billion-dollar fucking movies left and right because I'd give the fans what they wanted, and I'd stay away from the political messaging. That's as simple as it is. I'd hire writers that aren't interested in their agendas. I'd hire writers that want to tell good stories. Not
ironically, dude, I came in midway through this, and before you actually said Disney, I went, he's talking about Disney.
Yeah, because that's how much of a joke they fucking are.
I shit you not, dude. I swear to fucking God. I really believe this. People are going to call me fucking crazy, but I really believe this. I believe in my heart of hearts that if someone gave you or I control of fucking Disney, we would make it a fucking success. I think it's so easy. Same thing with Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers. It wouldn't even be a fucking, because you know why? I have my political beliefs and I have my, like, the way I look at the world and my viewpoints. I would never shove that fucking shit down your goddamn throat, no matter what. I'd say
it's just not about that.
I was like, no, like, I like these characters just as much as you like these characters. I want to tell stories around these characters that will make sense. I'm not telling stories based on my political beliefs. Fuck that. I'm like, here's a Luke Skywalker story. That's it. Like, do you think in a galaxy far, far away, he gives a fuck who you voted for, Trump or Biden? He don't give a fuck. What the shit? What's your abortion fucking goddamn? He don't care. He's a fucking Jedi trying to take down the fucking Sith, bitch. He's got more important shit to worry about. You fucking idiot. But no, I guess it's because our goddamn sensitivities have to fucking leak over to our heroes that we had from childhood. That makes zero sense to me. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Like, I can be your friend if you're a Democrat. I can be your friend if you're a Republican. I can be your friend if you suck Ross Perot's dick and you love oil. I don't give a fuck what you love. The fact is, just leave your shit, your politics, all that stuff out of fucking movies for everybody. It's supposed to be for everybody. Dude, we've got to a point in this world where it's like, it's so fucking garbagey. It's so disgusting where it's like you're taking a vehicle that everyone loves and you're just packing it full of dynamite with your fucking political views and your ideas of how the world should work. And then you're sending it right down the throats of people and saying, fucking accept it or blow the fuck up. This is like modern day cinema terrorism. It's fucking disgusting. And that's what fucking, no, yeah, you do, you know, that's what Disney's fucking the goddamn Ayatollah motherfuckers. They're the goddamn Ayatollah fucking Al-Qaeda motherfuckers. Fuck those assholes. No, they're disgusting, dude. They buy up fucking everything and then they infect themselves into your fucking life and then they blow your shit up. You love this shit? I blow it up and I pee in your face.
I pee on you. I pee on you. Speaking of pee, go pee.
Yeah, I also need a CPAP machine.
I do think that, honestly, forgetting like the woke shit, like all that shit, like I'm so tired of the culture war shit. Like, I don't care, but like I really think it's so simple, like what these studios should do. And like I know what it sounds like to be like, if you gave me the keys to fucking Warner Brothers, I guarantee you'd have a fucking hit. But I mean that shit. And the reason I mean that shit is because we've been saying the same thing for fucking 5-10 years now. And it's not about all that shit. It's about, like, with Warner Brothers, like, hey, guess what? Don't copy Marvel. You have something different, right? We said for fucking years, make solo stories. Stop trying to make a cinematic universe. There's no reason DC should make a cinematic universe. Marvel already fucking owns that. They did that shit. They crushed it. Like, despite how they're doing now and all that shit, it's not great. But like what they did up to Infinity War, they fucking owned it. They crushed it. They fucking cornered the market. If you're DC, make standalone stories. Make DC black, as we've said before. Joker fucking crushed the box office because it was something different. Stop trying to copy other people's success. Same thing with fucking YouTube channels. Stop trying to copy what other people do. Do what the fuck you have to offer. Offer that. And it's just so simple, and they just won't fucking do it, you know? There's so many different X-Men stories that could have been told, the great X-Men comic book stories that could have been told, and X-Men did great for a while. But like there's so many, like Days of Future Past, shit like that. But Superman, Batman, all that shit. There's so many deep, weird, strange places they could go. And when you try to tie it into a universe, no, we have to create what Marvel did. You're just hampering yourself. It's kind of what the Halloween franchise did. No, Michael only kills his family. You're hampering yourself. He has to. We got to bring back Jamie Lee Curtis. You're hampering yourself. Tell new fucking stories. Bridge out. Tell things. Do things no one else has done. That's where it's at. But no, they wanted to copy each other for years. And it's so funny to watch. Like literally Bob Iger comes out and says, I think what we should do is we should stop trying to message and things like that. And like, yeah, duh. We've been saying that on this shitty fucking YouTube channel for 5 fucking years now. DC, we're gonna stop. Yeah, it's just it seems like constantly. I know it seems fucking brash to say that, but you know, fucking, it's so easy to just do your own goddamn thing and put something new into the universe. We're all copying old shit. What the fuck does the future have? If no one's trying to make anything original and we're just copying the old shit, what the fuck is there left for the future? Nothing. Nothing at all. And it sucks. And it sucks for movies and it sucks for everyone. But that's where we are. And that's why superhero fatigue exists. And that's why no one gives a fuck about Blue Beetle. And that's why no one gives a fuck about Aquaman. And that's why all that shit's happening. Because we saw it. We saw it 20 fucking years ago when they did it the first fucking time. Do something new. Shit. I almost miss fucking when they did superhero movies shitty. Like The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren. Like, I like that movie. But like, you know what I mean? Like when they're just trying new, strange, weird shit. Do that. Fucking do that, man. We don't need fucking another goddamn Iron Man Captain America film. That was 20 fucking years ago or something like that. You know, that's why Justice League sucked. The what's his face, Joss Whedon version of it. Zack Snyder's was weird. Maybe not everybody liked it, but it was different. It was an epic, you know. I don't know. That's just me. But any fucking way. Anyway, speaking of movies that copy other fucking movies.
Oh.
Wild Willie, Patreon member, requested us to review a little movie called Pool Hall Junkies.
Oh my God. The Wish.com Rounders.
100%. 100 fucking %. That is what this movie is. This movie right here, by the way, they're showing it. This is not the movie trailer. That's a different movie, but that's how much this movie ties into other movies. 2002 Pool Hall Junkies, starring Wish.com Ben Affleck. And Mars Callahan is the actor's name.
Yeah, you say Wish. Yeah, dude. I thought it was Wish.com John Cusack, the main guy.
Oh, dude, he was straight up Ben Affleck.
He reminded me of John Cusack.
Everything. I see that too, though. I do. Yeah, Bronx Tale, because they had the dude in it from what's his name? Chaz Palminteri, who's in a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
But
man, I couldn't believe maybe I did see this movie and then I chose to block it out. I don't know. It wasn't. But you know, listen, it's not a bad movie, but it is. It's not a great movie because it's not. It's a movie that I feel like if back in the day, if you went to a mom and pop like video store, it would be playing on the background somewhere on a TV, and and that's it. Like you look over and be like, oh, they're playing pool. What's going on? Oh, I see. And then you'd be like, all right, anyway, I want to get this like softcore porn really quick. But there's something this movie, like, oh my God, dude. Sometimes it was painful to get through. Like, I gotta be fair. I enjoyed some of it. And then there were like stretches where it was like, I've got no water. I'm in the desert and I'm going to die. Like, there's not even an oasis. There's nothing. I'm going to fucking die. And then suddenly I got a fucking water canteen from somebody and I drank it. Like, this is like asking your mom and dad back in the 90s to get you a Game Boy. And then they get you, and they don't understand what a Game Boy is. So they get you a Tiger handheld. You know what I mean? Like, I know some of you are young, but a Tiger handheld is a shithole compared to a Game Boy back in the day.
I think all that's 100% true, dude. And yet, like, I'm not gonna lie. When this fucking movie opened up and the first scene opens up and it's basically the Varsity Blues, I don't want your life, Steve, from Varsity Blues. I thought, oh my God, this is gonna be a long fucking hour and a half. But what I found in this movie, and again, nothing you said is wrong at all. I totally agree with you. I had a blast watching this, dude. I had fun fucking watching this, even though it really is Wish.com Rounders. I mean, this movie is literally, if you plugged in a fucking Peddler's Mall AI algorithm, make me a Rounders movie, this is what they would spit out. And it was like, make me Rounders, shitty AI, take me Rounders and Good Will Hunting and make me a fucking movie. And Pool Hall Junkies is what you get. All that being said, entertaining as fuck. And it has the entire vibe of a fucking Clerks, just like Clerks. Like, I felt like I was watching a shitty Kevin Smith movie, and I mean that in a really reverent way. Like, not a shitty Kevin Smith movie today,
but not an intellectual. But Clerks, not like an intellectual movie.
Right. But the same attitude and the same filming style and the same, like, all that. Like, there was, dude, it was a nostalgic blast from the past because it felt like it was made like a week after Clerks.
It had
all that.
their whole budget was spent on Christopher Walken.
And I love it. Like Christopher Walken's fucking awesome in this movie.
You don't go wrong with Walken, but it's like you guys spent a lot of money on Walken, and then you got like people that wrote this movie from like Make-A-Wish Foundation or something. It was their last movie. They never wrote a movie before in their life, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll write a movie and we'll film it." You know what I mean? So you know, you can say cruel. I don't give a fuck. But my point being is, at the end of the day, that movie, it's trash, dude. It's a trash ass fucking movie, and the acting is so atrocious. And I like the guy, like not Walken. Obviously, he was great in it, and the guy that played the pool hustlers boss, Joe. I think his name was Joe. Yeah, he was all right. Yeah, but and fucking Lex Luthor from Smallville. I can't remember that guy's name. I never can. He's great though.
Michael Rosenbaum. Yeah, the guy from
Michael Rosenbaum. Yeah. He was great too. I was like, that guy should have been the main character, not the fucking guy they cast.
Dude, I like Morris Callahan because again, he just reminded me a bit of Affleck. I enjoyed him.
Yeah, and then like I heard fucking saliva pop up 100 fucking times throughout the entire movie, and then you heard this like weird like jazzy blues, like, my woman left me, and it was salty, and I don't know what malt is. And it was like, it was so fucking stupid, dude. Like there were so many different, they were trying to like combine all these moments into this movie. Like it comes off as desperate. Like I know that it comes off like I know that Rounders came out in 1998, and that banked on the idea of the poker thing. Let me do a 2002 movie trying to do the pool thing. It just didn't work. I think that I watched a movie where it was like a pool hall centric movie where it, you know, kind of the same way, where it was like a hustler that tries to get out of the game, and then he's like brought back in because he has to get his friend or brother or family member out of a bad situation. I feel like there was another movie like this that was way better and better made overall. But yeah, it was a fine movie. But it still sucked. I don't know how else to say it, dude. I mean, I'm glad you recommended it, because I feel like I've seen this, or maybe seen it, or maybe I didn't. But I like these kinds of movies, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Like I like these like redemption arc movies where I'm a gambler. I'm trying to, dude. Even the fucking guy's girlfriend was a ripoff from Rounders, 100%. Where like he forgets her birthday, and then like the whole fucking thing was the. I'm like, you guys literally. What are you, Joe Biden? Are you plagiarizing shit?
I will be 100% honest with you, man. Like, I really, I'm not, hand to God, I'm not saying this just because it was a Patreon request. And I'm not saying this like even to disagree with you, because like nothing you're saying is wrong. My genuine opinion of this movie, I totally get why people love it, because it's a terrible movie. Like by all laws of film, it is a fucking terrible movie. It is a blatant and horrendous ripoff of Rounders, right? Like, I mean, just like sometimes they say something, dude, and you're like, fuck me, that's bad.
I like how the brother like robs the pawn store like really quick.
Dude, it was like it was the you wouldn't rob a car, you wouldn't steal a fucking
and then he fucking robs the pawn store to pay the difference on the bet that he just made, and then immediately the cops are there. It was so bad. What Shakespearean thing is this?
Dude, all that being said, though, that's also fucking true, and it's like genuinely, like, you know how like like when Scream was popular, and you go to Walmart and they have Shriek if you know what you did last summer. Like this was that of Rounders for sure. But if you're a 90s kid and you love gambling movies like Two for the Money and like Rounders and shit like that, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. Ooh. This is a fucking, I'm going to watch it again. Like, I'm going to absolutely not because I have to, not because we're reviewing it. I'm going to watch this again out of pure fucking sheer entertainment, because I had a good time watching it.
I would agree with you if movies like Rounders and Two for the Money didn't exist. And
well, sure, if you want like right, but like this felt like a Rounders that was made by Kevin Smith before he knew how to make movies. So it's broken, it's terrible, the acting's bad, there's really cringe moments. Dude, all that's true, but it's really fucking entertaining. And sometimes they actually nail it, and it's actually pretty fucking cool. Like I do think they have moments of really cool shit in here.
There's one scene, dude, it was so fucking bad. I don't know if that was an editing thing. I don't when I saw that shit, I laughed fucking out loud, dude. Because there's a scene when our main hero in the movie, our protagonist, fucking Wish.com,
Ben Affleck
/ John Cusack, is like playing for all the bucks, and he makes a bad play on the pool table, and the ball is in a certain spot, and he goes, "Fucking shit, motherfucker!" And then the way the editing was, and this was toward the end of the movie, he just all of a sudden, like, he walks away and he's like next to the guy that owns the club. He's like, "What do you think, Phil?" Like the way that it's shot, it doesn't flow together at all. It looks like two separate scenes. Like they shot two separate scenes, but there's no flow. So it doesn't look like it transitions to that moment at all. It looks like, dude, it's the most high school shit I've ever seen in my life. It's toward the end of the movie. And like, if you guys like, he's playing that blonde guy with the turtleneck that looks like he like helped sing like the NSYNC "This I Promise You."
Like he looks like the guy from One Tree Hill.
Yeah.
Who was in the Skin Melt?
No, I know.
House of Wax. Chad Michael Murray.
But yeah, this guy's wearing literally the same fucking turtleneck sweater that Justin Timberlake wore in "This I Promise You" on NSYNC. And like he's supposed to be a bad guy, but there's a scene where, like, again, he's like, "Fucking shit, fuck." It's so bad. It's so bad acting, and I feel bad for Christopher Walken because he's watching this. Like he's just sitting on the stool, and he's like, "What am I doing here?" I thought I was like, it says more like Jeff Goldblum, but like the way he just goes to the bar and like suddenly he's talking to the owner, like he's like the owner's Mr. Miyagi and gonna help him out with the shot, dude. It's so.
Dude, by the way, the old guy who owns the pool club hall was actually really great in the movie.
No,
when he's like yelling at him, he's like, "You're fucking better than this." I was getting like emotional.
There was 4 good actors in this movie. It was the guy. It was again. I'm sorry, I can't think of his name. Fucking Lex Luthor from Smallville. It was
Michael Rosenbaum. Yeah,
it was the Joe in the movie. And then it was Christopher Walken, and then it was the old guy. That was it.
Yeah, I will say I really did like his I keep having to look up his names. The main dude, Mars Callahan, played Johnny. He's the lead in this, and he really is like the Ben Affleck character in this. I swear to God, like I'm not saying that he was good in the movie. Like I cannot with good conscience say that he was good in this film.
He's trying to be so awesome. He was trying to be so awesome in every fucking scene.
Yes, but once again, dude, when I watched this movie, I literally looked it up. I wanted to see what else he was in, and I wanted to watch him in more shit. Like, it wasn't good, but I fucking wanted more of it. I wanted to fucking mainline this movie, dude. I had a blast watching this.
That's fine. That's like you watching that movie with something Wiseau, The Room.
Yeah, I guess, but
because he's so bad. He's so fucking wooden, and the acting is so obviously bad.
I liked him. But I genuinely liked him.
But people liked Wiseau too. They thought it was so bad it was good.
I know what you're saying. I didn't like it in like a so bad it's good, like laughable way. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself because I do recognize this was a bad movie. I swear to fucking Christ.
Like it.
But like, I really I enjoyed watching it. I'm gonna watch it again. Watch this scene first. Just watch a minute of the scene with us, you guys, because I want you guys to get the vibe. I just pulled up the best looking one I could find. So I think it's the one with Christopher Walken in it. When they do the thing, just watch this first. Watch this for a second. I don't want theater mode. Watch this for a second with us. Hang on. Let me make sure I have the one that has the audio on.
But also try to go to the end of the movie where I'm talking about the edited.
I don't know. There's not very many clips online, so I can't really find.
Yeah, because people want to forget about it.
I just had to find like something. But just watch a second of this with us, guys, just to get the vibe.
Look at his fucking face, dude. He's trying. Dude, he is trying to go for an Academy Award.
It's got a kick in lost system. It's beautiful.
Ooh.
Fast forward a little more.
Here it comes. Dude, watch. Look at him. This is a fucking Zima commercial. This is a fucking Zima commercial, dude.
Here it comes. Oh, hey!
Zima. Oh my god, dude!
I loved it, dude. I had the fucking funnest time watching this fucking movie today. I swear to God.
Fucking straight Zima commercial. I know, but it's cringe. You're
not wrong.
If I had never seen Rounders, if I had never seen a movie like that was better, I'd be like, oh, not bad. This is fucking terrible, dude. This is like what you shoveled your shit. You shovel this kind of shit to like little kids that don't know better. And then I never seen nothing. It's good.
I'm gonna blow your fucking mind right now. I'm gonna give Pool Hall Junkies a 6.5 out of 10.
Oh my god.
That's what I give it. That's what I got. I had a fucking blast, dude. I'm gonna watch it like this week. I swear to God. I love this vibe. But to be fair, like it's like right in my vibe. I love Rounders. I love Mississippi Grind. This movie has, it's like Clerks fucked Rounders and Mississippi Grind, and like they made their own little movie.
Yeah, it's like Clerks fucked Rounders, and then what was left came from The Hills Have Eyes.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
I give it a 4.0, and I only give it a 4.0 because the 4 good actors in it. They all have 1 point each. That's it.
That's great.
Like literally, I can't do that. Movie is like hogwash. It's straight like high school theater. Like I saw Rounders and I wrote my own play, and we're gonna put it on at the high school talent show.
100%.
And that was it.
You're absolutely right.
If you're into that, like, it's cool, man. Like, listen, I can get drunk and watch it too. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking great, man. But no, hey, but Wild Willie, if you like it, man, you like it. It's just not my cup of tea.
I'm happy as shit that like you put that onto us, to be honest with you. Like it was a good time. Did you get Rob Kitzmiller?
No.
Before? Should I start a channel called We Watch Tubi?
Yeah,
honestly,
you should do it.
Might as well. I mean, fuck it.
That's actually a great idea. Fucking capitalize on that right now. We should do that. Like TV. Yeah. Fucking do it, man.
Get the fuck in on it. Give us 5% of your winnings. Hey, here's your prize. Come get your prize.
He says, you want me to make this one-handed or what?
Taylor Paulson. His name was Taylor Paulson. Says, when I was 15, my mom told me we were going to go out of town to watch amateur hockey league game, and we got to the stadium. Def Leppard was fucking playing. It was my first concert, and I got to meet him after. That's fucking rad,
awesome, dude. I saw Def Leppard years ago. Yeah, I loved it. It was an awesome experience for me, but I couldn't imagine just like thinking you were going to go watch some hockey boring game, and then the fucking Def Leppard, bro. Good time.
That's actually like hockey was fun. Like, no matter what level you're watching it, because they got in fights and shit. But like, dude, could you imagine going to some shit game and thinking this is gonna be some dumb local shit, and then Def Leppard comes out with like photograph? Like that would be wild.
I want to go to fucking hockey. I'm like, Wayne Gretzky better show up because that's the only one I know.
That's a cool fucking memory.
That's a cool story, man.
It's a badass memory. DJ Graham, we should build a Wham headquarters. The Wham fam all gathers there, and we make this aliens versus Leatherface idea happen. It's the perfect worst idea. Hollywood needs to think outlandish bad ideas that just might work. Honestly, it's so dumb it might work, dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be Hollywood. What's the company that produced Sharknado? That's who we need to get in contact with. Sharknado.
Yeah, I know a producer that is fucking weird. I think it's a fucking cool idea. Leatherface versus Xenomorphs. Let's go. Let's fucking light it up. I want you to light it up, Joe. Give us that shit. Thanks, DJ. You're the fucking best, dude. Crimson Black, I love you. Not as much as I love you. I have fun time with Butthole.
No, I'm not going to say I love you back. I'm going to be like Garth. Just say thank you.
Thank you. Oh, fucking off the top rope comes Tim fucking C. Dude, come on, man. You're too good to us, man. Thank you so fucking much. He says, hey, guys, caught you at the end. Gonna watch Pool Hall Junkies now. Be well. Hey,
no, you're not, Tim.
Tim's gonna like that shit, Jay. He's gonna agree with me. That shit is fun. It's
he's not.
Terrible. It's terrible, but it's fucking fun.
By the way, Tim, you would look like that dude in that turtleneck sweater. You would hustle everybody at the fucking table. And like, what are you talking about?
Tim's gonna like that fucking movie. Tim's gonna agree with me. It's fun.
Tim's gonna say, I should have wasted my time watching Rounders.
You can only watch Rounders so many times. Maybe
no, you can't.
I've watched Rounders so many fucking times.
Blue has no time on it.
Yeah, maybe it was nice to just have like an alternate bizarro universe.
Like how many of those movies exist though, where like a former gambler like has to come back one more time and like to save his friend or whatever, and then like reforms. Maybe there's probably a lot of them. I don't know.
Well, it's like John Wick, right? Like how many times have we done the reform fucking hitman?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is a god.
Dude, do you remember watching The Gambler with Mark Wahlberg? Jay and I watched The Gambler in the theater together.
Oh,
we
yeah.
each other during that whole fucking depressing ass movie. Best part of that movie, by the way, John Goodman. You gotta have fuck you month.
But Tim, if you've never seen Pool Hall Junkies, I mean, I think you all should watch it. Again, it's free with ads on Amazon, unless you have Stars. But
I think it's on Tubi too, so you can watch it on Tubi too.
No, it's not. It's not true.
It's on fucking Tubi, Jay. It's on fucking Tubi, Jay.
It's not.
I swear to God, it is misinformation, fake news. Hey, we love you. You're the fucking best. Enjoy it. Let us know on the next stream what you think about it, dude. Tim, well, really, I like it because it reminds me of my friends growing up, and I love Christopher Walken's speech in the bathroom about being a lion, dude. That was a fucking great moment.
I did like that scene. Yeah, like again, I like. You're not wrong. I was only picking out like part of the film that I didn't like, and overall, I think it was a hemorrhoid. But there are shining moments in the film, and again, who would have thought Christopher Walken, the best actor in the movie, where they spent the most money, has the best lines, and he delivers it with grandiose. Yeah, the speech that he gives the Wish.com John Cusack in the bathroom is good. I will say that.
That and I really love the old man it seems like a bowling alley, just how it's all set up. But the old man, when he like just gives him a good fucking like he breaks him down, he's like, you keep thinking you're less than these people, you're gonna be less than these fucking people. And he was like tearing up, and I was like, God, I'm fucking feeling this right now.
He actually had a good life lesson. He was like, he goes, you're gonna keep fucking around until you're just a person that thinks they're not good enough, and that's gonna make you a loser. And the only people that you're gonna beat are the people that think they're less of a loser than you.
Yeah, it's a great moment.
And that's a great that was a great line. I will say that was really well written. And I don't think it was the actor's fault necessarily. I think it was a badly written movie, but every once in a while they would have some good lines in it.
Yeah. And that's honestly like where I land with it. Wild is like, and I thank you for it too, because honestly, because like I totally agree. It's a bad movie, like by every sense of the word. It's a bad movie. It's a badly written movie. It's a obvious ripoff of Rounders, but it's one of those rare fucking movies that like I'm excited to watch it again. Like I fucking enjoyed it, even for all its badness. I really fucking did. So thanks for the recommendation. DJ Graham says, by the way, being YouTubers and all, which of these do you think are more important? The amount of likes you get or the amount of views? Or do you not care? Views are definitely more important, but like likes help get more views, is my opinion. For sure.
Well, I would say I will say views, but I mean, generally speaking, we do what we do because we love it, and overall, either one really doesn't matter. And we try to but we want to have more people sharing the videos and finding us, because I think that we have a great community here, and I'd like more people to be a part of that. It's not even a monetary thing. It's just. I feel like we're being unfairly in a lot of ways shadow banned, because I feel like we make good videos, and I think that we have some interesting conversations, and I think they're just as good as anybody else. And I don't know, but yeah, as far as likes and views and stuff, if you're asking, like, here's the thing: if you're only going to be focused on that, if you're going to start a YouTube channel, then you're never going to get anywhere. Like, if you're only worried about, like, oh, yeah, because back in the day when we first started, like, we would be like, hyped up like fucking Nelly just like shot champagne in our tits if we got 20 views. You know what I mean? So it's not really about any of that stuff. It's just like, if you're doing what you like to do, I think, and you're doing a good job, I think all that comes out later, the likes and the views. But if he had to pick, views are probably the best, because that means more people are watching it.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I think like if you look at it like outside of the spectrum of YouTube, I think the idea is more views. Like whether people like you, hate you, whatever, the idea is more views, because the more views you get, the more opportunities you get to find like-minded people, to introduce them to your community, to have them feel the same fun that you feel when you hang out with this community, and like all that stuff like that. But likes are important to help get that, to make
the algorithm
happen. So yeah, it's like one of those. Yeah, it's one of those things for sure, man. Taylor Paulson, Matt LaFleur got my food at work yesterday. Like, I don't know the scenario there. I don't know if like he was in front of you at a Starbucks, but Matt LaFleur is a good fucking coach. He seems like a good dude. He's handsome as fuck, and I love the Packers head coach. And that just adds to the fact that he's fucking cool.
I wouldn't know. It's like, can you fucking move? I'm trying to get my Arby's sandwich.
He said his nephew had a basketball game where I'm from. That's fucking dope, dude. Matt LaFleur seems like a good dude. People give him shit in the NFL because, like, oh, he cuts his hair. Like, he has a stylist. Like, he's handsome. Like, okay. And we're a fucking good football team.
Tom Brady was handsome.
His dick.
People they went after him.
How about that shit? Christopher Sampson, fly me to the moon.
Oh,
like
my God.
Al Sampson. Thanks, buddy. He says, hey, everybody. What the fuck? I didn't get notified.
I know. Is that weird?
Yeah, dude. And by the way, tonight's was like a late one, so we only got the notification out by like 6 p.m. So maybe that.
But even when we put that shit at 3 p.m., nobody gets notified.
It happens. It does happen for sure. I didn't get notified. I want to see a resurgence of the Western genre with Mel Gibson as a badass sheriff and Margot Robbie as the owner of a town brothel. Who should direct, produce?
God damn it!
Ooh,
Christopher, don't you dare come in here with that kind of goddamn attitude and make us all wet in the ass. I will say who has to direct that is going to be Quentin Tarantino. If you're going to have Mel Gibson starring as a badass sheriff and Margot Robbie as the owner of a town brothel, and somehow these worlds are going to combine, you got to have Quentin Tarantino bringing the fucking hammer down and giving the dialogue, directing the film. That's it. If that was Quentin Tarantino's final movie, I love it. What if Quentin Tarantino's final movie, not The Hateful Eight, was a goddamn Western movie starring straight up 1,000 Mel Gibson as the main guy? And you got Margot Robbie in that. You got a bunch of cast of characters as the supporting cast. And then you, oh my God, dude. It's got to be Quentin Tarantino.
Jay, you answered the question with an undeniably the best answer that could possibly be answered. Like, that's the answer. Like, it's fucking Quentin Tarantino. Like, that's the fucking answer. Like, there's nothing better than Quentin Tarantino directing that fucking movie with Mel Gibson. Yeah, I'm with you.
But I will say, I mean, as a bonus, just as a bonus, and you guys can disagree with it, and that's fine. What if John Carpenter got back in it? He's worked with Mel. No, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Kurt Russell. Never mind. I'm thinking of Kurt Russell.
He should work with Mel Gibson.
But John Carpenter would not. Like, I think that John Carpenter, dude, could John Carpenter produce a great Western? I think so.
It's weird that he's never done it. Like, it seems like his vibe. Like,
you got to cast.
I mean, obviously, Vampires is kind of a Western.
Yeah.
Sort of, in its own way.
If
John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars has like Western vibes.
Yeah, but if John Carpenter were to do a Western movie, you know he would cast Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
But also Mel Gibson would be there too. I mean, Martin Scorsese would be great too as well. But like, I think you're right. Quentin Tarantino is the best answer that could ever be answered in that situation. Great fucking question, Chris. God damn it,
Chris.
And also, Margot Robbie's going to be great in anything she does. She's the literal equivalent of she could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. Robert Miller, do you guys get your razors through hell on Do you guys put your razors through hell on Valentine's Day, or just go in full Wild Rick?
Like, do you shave your shit?
Like, I'm a trimmer. I'm a good trimmer.
Yeah, I don't. I keep my shit pretty trimmed throughout the year, so it's not like, I mean, I don't really do anything extra. Like, do I need to like buzz a heart on my pubic patch like for Valentine? No,
I think I'd enjoy that if you did that for me, Jay.
I keep my shit pretty trimmed overall.
I do. You know what's weird, dude, is when I trim my shit, I get horny. I'm like looking down at what I just created. I'm like, man, I want to fuck right now.
There's more air in it. There's more air.
Like, I'm just like, I just did something and I want to fucking use it. Doyle Estadas says Kevin Costner is dropping 2 Westerns this year, June and August, and they are both the same story with a sequel in August. It's on IMDb. Sounds good. Hell Hath No Fury. Like a Kevin Costner scorned. Everything that went down with Yellowstone,
I heard about that.
I don't need to know fucking shit. I need to know nothing. Those 2 movies are going to be fucking bangers because Kevin Costner is going to be pissed about what happened to him on Yellowstone. And I bet you those 2 Kevin Costner films fucking rip ass in like a good way.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin Costner is a amazing actor and most of his movies are great. So yeah. And to be fair, even though it wasn't a great, like, it's not comparable to Tombstone, but Wyatt Earp, what he did with Wyatt Earp, pretty good. So
I'm with that shit, man. 100%. And our final super chat of the night, Lee the fucking Machine Bowers, because he's earned that distinction. Lee the fucking Machine Bowers says, let's party naked, Loomis and Chalice.
How about no, Lee? How about you go get yourself on Tinder and find some women's to come over to your house to party? I'm not gonna go party naked with you. What am I gonna do? Like, judge your penis size and say that you're doing all the wrong things?
No, that's what you should do. You should
shut your goddamn mouth.
Hang on. And turn it off.
Hang on.
Hey, turn it off.
Turn off my asshole in your mouth. Off. Shut up.
Show us your dick, Peter, and I'm gonna judge it. And Loomis and I will hold up signs with 1 through 10.
I won't do a goddamn thing.
And if we get closer to the number you have in your head, we'll suck it.
I'm going to put you in jail. I can't wait.
Whoever gets closest will suck it. And then we'll pretend it's a woman. But then we'll do a shot together. And we'll go to the bowling alley and we'll have shooters.
You sound like the boy from What's Eating Gilbert Grape. The more you talk.
Shooters at the bowling
alley.
Come
find me, Gilbert.
And we'll eat hot Cheetos and watch Gilbert Grape.
That's fine. That's your favorite movie, I'm sure.
I just want to let you know I'm a doctor, and hot Cheetos will make your poop red. And then you come to me, and I'll eat your butt, and then we'll be good. Yeah, they do make your butt.
No,
red.
I don't know. I don't know. Does hot Cheetos make your fucking poopy red?
Yeah, they can do that, and also Pepto-Bismol.
I like how you went from fucking challenge. You're like, yeah, that could do that for sure.
I visited California last week. Also, Pepto-Bismol will make your poop black. I just want you guys to know that so you don't get scared.
I just drank Pepto-Bismol for the first time in like forever last night.
I have it 3 to 4 times a day, and it'll make your poop black, but it's okay because it means you're safe.
It's time to move out of the character because I wasn't in one.
It's a mood ring. It's a mood ring for your bowels, and it says you're okay. Black says you're okay, and you're okay. Good night, Dark Continent. We love you.
Hey man, thank you, Lee. Thank you guys all for showing up. I know that Mike said that this was a very short notice stream, but we really appreciate you guys showing up, showing love. Mike's gonna hang out with Machine Gun Kelly later and write a diss track, I'm sure.
I am anonymous.
Yeah, and he's gonna hack your network. But dude, thank you guys so much. It was really cool. I like, and to be fair, me and Mike didn't think that a lot of you guys would show up because it was like so short notice. But thank you guys. It's always a blast, and we always have fun with you guys, and you guys are always supportive. And thank you, man. Thank you, guys.
Bet the 49ers on Super Bowl Sunday.
You sound like you sell snow cones.
Because my heart is in Ohio. Love you guys. Good night.
See you guys.
Woo!